and we are going to back our president. So really proud of him, and I was really excited to see him as well. That was unexpected.
That was a treat for sure. I was thinking about this earlier. You know, we live in faith. The left lives in fear. They have hate for this country. We are grateful for this country. And if there's one thing I can say right now, is if 4 years from now, if Joe Biden is our president, if he happens to get elected, then you better come up with a better game plan to get reelected. Because I can tell you one thing, it's not going to be on what you've done for this country. We know these policies are destructive. We know this is not going to be the same country 4 years from now than it is right now.
That's correct. And one thing that really I've been talking with some people is that it struck us how for the last 2 years, the president's been out there throwing rallies for the people. Well, it's time for us to return the favor. It's time for the people to rally for the president. And if you're going to go, there are rallies every Saturday at your state capitals, local, noon time for Stop the Steal. There's this rally today. You can find others, but you know, you don't have to rely on social media to set something up for it. For you, I mean, get in touch with the people that you supported the president with before the election, the people you met on street corners where you were waving your flags. Get out there and let America know that you still support the president, and let's show everybody that we still have his back while he's pursuing the options to stop the steal. Because we're gonna snatch this election back from the people who cheated and took it from us.
And we want to remind everybody that we are viewers supported. It's people like you, it's people here amongst the crowd that helps us to continue the fight for the president. Of course, we were all about rallies during the campaign, but now we've kind of repositioned our brand here. We want to be more of a news content company, so we do need your help as we build our staff, we build our resources to do that. You can go to rsbnetwork.com/donate, rsbnetwork.com/donate. And please give what you can, because it enables us to cover more news events. We've been in D.C. now for 5 days. Before that, I was in Philly for a week. So we need your help to help build our news team. But we've got a great partner today, guys. And this is one of my favorite partners that we have. And I'm telling you right now, I have not slept in my bed at home for over a month.
So go to www.mypillow.com. They have a variety of options of comfort for you guys, but if you use our code RSBN, you'll get up to 66% off. That's 66% off. This is the largest discount I believe that they've done so far. But again, mypillow.com, RSBN. Check out what they have, and guys, get something for your friends and family.
Absolutely, and he is a great patriot, is he not? You've met him several times at rallies. What's one of the things that your takeaway from meeting Mike Lindell?
Well, I haven't met him yet. I haven't had the honor to meet him yet in person, but seeing the videos, he's full of energy. He's just a great representation of what it means to be a patriot and someone who cares for the American people, and the quality of really even owning a small business or starting out like that. Quality of products is what matters as well.
And I love the fact that he stepped up as a Christian conservative-based company and said, look, you know what, I want to put my brand out there. I'm supporting the president, while you see a lot of the politically correct corporate America hide behind their social media pages, hide behind their advertising, not wanting to endorse any particular candidate, but we know the money goes to the left to fund a very radical idea. So what a great guy to have a partner today.
Yes, and I've actually met Mr. Lindell briefly in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I met him at the rally there, and again in Rochester for the rally I was covering for RSBN. Spoke with him briefly each time, but one thing, I mean, such an incredible story of redemption personally for him, for coming back from adversity. And, you know, you would expect him to just do a 45% discount, right? I mean, but again,
a little higher than that.
He's over-delivering, under-promising, over-delivering, just like a certain president we all know. 66% discount with that checkout code RSBN.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's great. Let's see if we can turn the camera there. Peter, we've got lots of people out here, and of course, it doesn't officially start until 12 o'clock today, Zoe, but I was out here at 6:30. I was out here this morning. There were people here with flags, setting it up, chanting USA, and really, it's unofficial. Thank you very much until you're here. And it's interesting, you know, we love to talk to fans. We've had a lot of people come up to us and say, you know what, thanks for being a part of what you do. So let me ask you a question. What brings you here today? What is the reason why you love President Trump so much?
There's absolutely no way that I could just say one thing. This man has done absolutely everything for the American people. but to such a degree that it has taken now, I think more than ever, for us to wake up, because we were able to have the platform to wake up. They actually gave us a platform so that we can tell these people that are out there that there's somebody that's much, much greater. And I believe that's God that's running this.
Amen on that.
I do believe that we are at a precipice of the most incredible worldwide awakening, not just here, but worldwide.
And I think that the left has poked the bear too many times right now, and has woken up the American people. And of course, voter turnout was at historic numbers. The Biden side's still very debatable whether or not those votes.
I think it's awful funny how they were able to just stop it in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this big bad disease comes in and decides to lock it down, and then the next day, it just seems to go the other way. It's just, and not in my history. In your history, have you ever seen anything like that?
Never seen anything like that. Well, where are you from? Before I let you go, where are you from?
North Jersey.
North Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming here today, and we look forward to celebrating.
Keep up the good work.
God
We
bless.
love Right Side. God bless. God bless America.
All right, I will send it over to Brick Suit. Let's
Not
go.
right now. Not right now.
You got some people you're joining with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Charlene, why don't you come in here with me? This is Charlene Bollinger, and she is with cancertruth.net, and one of the many patriots who are here today to support the president. And I'll just ask you a question. When did you hear about this rally?
Yeah, well, I'm friends with Marla Maples and Tiffany Trump, and we've been talking about all of this and working together behind the scenes. So as soon as we found out about it, I told them I was coming. So we are in a lot of different cities, and we love this president. We're patriots, and I had no choice but to come and stay at the Trump Hotel and be a part of this.
So did you have like a week's notice, week and a half, or?
Not even. I had a couple days actually.
That's incredible. And when we did a pan of the crowd here earlier, you can see there are so many people. We know that there are many people trying to get into town. For many of them, it's just a couple of days notice, just like you. And the outpouring of support here for the president is absolutely fantastic. If there is one, what are the few things I mean, there are so many reasons to like our president, but are there any particular core issues for you that you support him on?
Yes, actually, I'm from thetruthaboutcancer.com. You can find all of our stuff there. And what we do is we fight for health freedom. And this president is our health freedom candidate. We know that Biden has promised that if we elect him, which he is not the president-elect, if we elect him, he would force mask us and lock us down and force vaccinate. I have talked to this president, and he will not mandate anything that we are not comfortable with, including the vaccine. It's out there as an option, and an option only. Our president has said that he is taking therapeutics himself. He would choose that over the vaccine, and he is for freedom. And so for those reasons and many others, he's pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-free speech. I've worked with them. My censorship cases on his desk have been heavily censored because I'm a patriot telling the truth.
That can
so
happen, yeah.
That's the unpacking of the reasons why we love this president.
Yeah. And actually, the president going on choice there, he promised that we would have vaccines this year, and we have at least one right now. There may be more coming, and I suspect that there will be. And I think Americans might actually have a choice of vaccines that they want to take as well, if they're so inclined to take the vaccines. And what you say about the president not forcing upon that is a really important thing. So, how does the president's right to life decision and the policy, has that affected what you're doing in terms of fighting cancer? Has that had any impact upon the causes you support?
Well, as a Christian, I am pro-life, and God will not bless our nation if we continue to go down the path where we're destroying the most vulnerable, the unborn children. And we know this president is for the right for those children to live. And he looks at them as human beings created in the very image of God. He said that, and we couldn't be more proud of him. And we're hopeful that God from heaven is hearing us. And because of this president's stance for life, that he will be able to bless us. That's a big deal.
He is the most pro-life president that I've ever seen or known. His stand on the issue there is really concrete, and thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you talking with us.
Yes.
All right, take care and be safe today.
Thank you.
All right. So we are here at Freedom Plaza. I'm with Zoe and Brian, just interviewing as many people as we can right now. Kind of a new game for us. We're up on a riser in a crowd. You may have seen us at the back of the rallies. So now with I'll just kind of turn around a little bit and show you what we've got behind the camera. Right about here. Thank you. So Right here is where the stage is being set up. In this direction, the first people will be speaking probably about noon today. And then after that speaking engagement is done, we will be having the March for Stop the Steal, in which we'll be going down this direction, down Pennsylvania Avenue, towards the Capitol. And you can see the Capitol Dome there. We'll be walking down this way, making our way to the Supreme Court. And at the Supreme Court, we'll have another slate of speakers that will be there. Now, as I said, RSBN is going to be bringing you this event in its entirety. We're going to be doing our best. We have 4 cameras out here. We have 3 crews, 9 correspondents, and we're doing everything we can to bring you as much of this rally and this march as possible. The amount of people here is incredible. It's very hard to estimate when we're not above it and being able to see the whole thing, but from what I know of DC and my experiences here, traffic is always an issue. So I suspect that there are many, many people who want to be here, who are in cars, that are in traffic right now trying to get here. Keep coming, park where you can, find a garage, get out and walk, meet us up here at Freedom Plaza. Plenty of time to get here for the speakers, and then we'll be going on towards the rally, towards the march. And one thing I was talking about earlier is really that this is our chance as Americans to come out and support our president. The administration has set up many rallies for us in the past where they have been the ones who are saying, meet here at this time, we're going to set up the infrastructure, we're going to set up the rally for you. Now is our time to take command of our future, to set up our own rallies, to set up our rallies with the people we met during the campaign. You might have been on a corner with them, waving flags, holding signs, exchanged phone numbers. Get in touch with those people again. Get out there and wave those flags again. Now, we have rallies that are being set up by Stop the Steal in all state capitals every Saturday at noon local time. And then for the states that are in contention, there are multiple rallies throughout the week. So you can find out about those. But the other rally sites, the corner where you were at every weekend before the election, on the days before the election with your same crew, get the gang back together, get out there, wear your flags, get a Stop the Steal sign, put out the message that the people of America stand behind our president and that we will support him as long as he is in the fight. So why don't we do a slow pan in the crowd again, just to show some of the people who are here. There's a lot of attention being focused on the roadways. Oh, true. You know, would you like to speak with us right now, right after he's done panning, so you can...
NBC, where are they?
You know, would you like to speak with us right now, right after he's done panning, so you can stay right here? We'll interview you just for a little bit, because that's a great question, and
yes,
you'll be the one to ask it.
Right.
You'll be the one to ask it. So as we're panning the crowd here, you can see all the Trump flags, you can see all the support for the president, and you might not be seeing this somewhere else. So, ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Linda Dupere from New Hampshire.
And so did you drive down here?
Yes, we did. There were 5 of us in a car. We stayed outside of D.C. and drove in this morning.
Okay.
And we just saw our great president go by. Mm-hmm. And my question is, where are you, ABC? Where are you, NBC, CBS? Where is the commie news station that tries to protect Biden? That's what I want to know. Where are they? They're not here. Look at all these thousands of people that are supporting our president, and you chicken-livered news stations should be disgusted with yourself, because we are disgusted with you. Thank you.
Thank you for telling. That's a great question. Where is the mainstream media? They're not here.
Well, I want to follow up on that comment. I've been here for, this is day 5 for me. I watch local news, whatever market I'm in, right? That's just my thing. I watch local news. DC, every single station on the traffic report, they just calls this area, there's going to be some streets closed on Saturday. They didn't tell you why they're closing the streets. They just said there's going to be some traffic issues on Saturday in this area. That just tells you right now, the local media, we know the national media is corrupt, but the local media will not be truthful for what's going on. This is more than traffic road closures at this point. This is a rally for freedom and for support for our president. So if you think right now that the bias is not just a mainstream media narrative. It goes down to the local level. Folks, I used to work for the mainstream media. I was dismissed by the mainstream media. But you know what? God willing, I'm standing next to you doing this. So I'm just telling you right now, if you don't like what you're seeing at your local TV station, you need to let them know. You need to send a letter to the GM, send a letter to the news director, and voice your opinion. But better off, you know what we can do? Turn it off. Turn it off, you're going to make a statement. So that's that following up her question on her comment. That's exactly what it is.
And if we as viewers vote to turn off local corrupt media, they will not be able to produce dead viewers to watch it, will they?
Yeah, no, they won't. And let me tell you something. More and more people, anyway, are cutting the cord. More and more people are getting away from cable and getting into alternative news sources like Right Side Broadcasting.
That's why we're people like you. I saw you several times on YouTube. I don't know if you realize the president mentioned the man in the brick suit several times.
Absolutely.
In the rallies. That's why we're people like you. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and toss it to another cruise. We got crews all around here. Thank goodness, right? Because we can't do it all, right?
No.
I'll send it back. You guys back in the studio.
Thank
you. Thank you. Of course you can. Yes, of course.
Lunch with Randy Gilbert.
All right, Patriots, thank you for tuning in with us at Right Side Broadcasting here on YouTube. We are reporting live from the Freedom Plaza in Washington, D.C. As you can see, we've got several camera crew. We've got several correspondents out here. We have 9 of us and 4 of our camera guys with us. So there's quite a few of us around here. So thank you for tuning in with us. My name is Lilith. I am here with Adrian and Mike Nificent, and we're reporting live from the Freedom Plaza. The rally is set to begin at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. It is currently 10:43. It is jam-packed. The roads are all shut down in D.C. We've shut down D.C. left and right, and it's so packed out here. There's so much to go over already that I have to slow my thoughts down. So, Mike, is there anything that you would like to add?
Well, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the mother of all rallies. I've been to probably 50 rallies since joining politics, and this by far is the biggest, most energetic crowd I've ever seen. I mean, we've got everybody here. You've got people from different networks. You got Proud Boys. You got everybody out here. We're all here because we're all united for one reason. And this even goes beyond President Trump. This is about the United States of America. President Trump was robbed. We all watched what happened. And so Right Side Broadcasting, we're out here to bring you what's actually going on. You are not going to see this. You see these people back here marching behind me? You've got people who've driven over from California. 50,000 cars drove over from California. You people who drove up from Florida. You have all kinds of Americans out here, immigrants, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Indian people, Hindus. Everyone is out here supporting.
Unity. No. It's right here, right now. You don't see us tearing anything down. You don't see anybody burning, looting, anything. We're all here united to have our voices heard. We're all here united to make sure that President Trump sees that we support him and we will fight for him the way he fights for us. And you know what? What was it, about 30 minutes ago? He drove by in the motorcade. The rally hasn't even started yet, and President Trump drove by to acknowledge us. So we're hoping, and I'm going to take a guess that we'll see him again. What do you think, Adrian?
Right, well, it's been a while since I've been back, but I'm glad to be back with you folks, and a lot has happened since the election, and that's why people are here today. They're here to support our president because we knew that something like this would happen, and so we're showing our support. And I guess before we go a bit further, we're going to tell you about one of our partners today, and it's My Pillow. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed, and with Christmas right around the corner, now is the perfect time to check out one of our favorite Patriot-owned companies. Visit mypillow.com and stock up on your gifts for yourself and all your loved ones. My Pillow gear. You can check out all the inventory at www.mypillow.com. Use code RSBN at checkout for 66% off your entire order. Again, that's RSBN for the code at www.mypillow.com. This is one of their hugest discount codes to date, so make sure to use it while it lasts. Thank you.
Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, so stock up on MyPillow. Check out their inventory. Get your loved ones anything from mattresses, pillows, even stuff for your pets. How crazy is that? Stuff for your pets. So I have to slow down my thoughts because there's so much going on. We've already had so many people who recognize us and who appreciate our work that we do here at RSBN.
Woo! Count the votes. Count the legal votes. We're here from Chicago representing our family, our friends in the Rumblers Car Club back in Chicago. We're ready to take the White House.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So look at that, from Chicago. So you think Chicago is blue? It might be a little purple if you ask me. So all right, let's focus ourselves.
Let's focus ourselves and let's talk about why we are all here. We are all here because we are committed to bringing you guys the truth. This is what we've been doing since 2015. We are the only network out there that's going to show you the crowd. And I know that there are a ton of people out there watching who are disgruntled and they're just disgusted by what they've seen from Fox News over the past couple weeks. Okay, this is your golden opportunity to support a truth-based network that's going to put America first. It's not going to have some spin or some agenda. We're not going to call races early. We don't have any agenda other than preserving our free and sovereign nation-state republic. So support Right Side Broadcasting. The best way you can do that is go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can mail a check to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. We can no longer fundraise and ask for your donations to get to the next rally because it's no longer about getting to the next rally. Now it's about survival. Now it's about us resisting the tyranny in our country. We do not want to live in a banana republic, so we need a news network that is going to Breitbart, and they do good work, but we're the only ones that have the capacity to bring you multiple camera shots, multiple angles, and interview people. We have the best commentary out there, and we're not going to lie to you. We're going to tell you the truth.
Us out here today. There's 13 of us out here today from all over the country. Teacher, and I'm out here because I have a country to save. So we have to do what we have to do.
It's so true, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot overstate the importance of you supporting independent media right now. They want to be adjacent to the fraud leftist media. That is their goal. They are sellouts. Don't get me wrong. I love Tucker Carlson. I like Laura Ingraham. I like Sean Hannity. I like Greg Gutfeld. I love the personalities. However, that network, their investors, their donors, the people who dictate their message, make them nothing more than controlled opposition. So you need to stop supporting Fox News. Here's what else they did. Their election coverage was absolutely awful. President Trump was up. President Trump was up by 400,000 votes in Florida with 90% of the vote counted. The only remaining counties that needed to be counted were the Panhandle, and that's the reddest part of the state. Fox News refused to cover that. Fox News did not want to give President Trump Florida. Then they turned around and they gave him Virginia early, or they gave Biden Virginia early. They called the race in Arizona too early. They didn't want to give President Trump Texas. They didn't want to give him Ohio. Their election coverage was absolutely horrible. They cut away from Kayleigh McEnany. Absolutely horrible. They're trying to play gatekeepers. They don't want you to know what's true. That's why they cut away from live press conferences from the president. What else have they done? They canceled Judge Jeanine Pirro. What's that about? They didn't want Judge Jeanine Pirro speaking the truth about radical Islam. Why can't we tell the truth about radical Islam? What else did they do? They hired Donna Brazile. Donna Brazile, what did she do? She gave Hillary Clinton the debate questions. This is horrible stuff. Why would they hire Donna Brazile? Do they not know their audience? They cut away from Newt Gingrich when Newt Gingrich told the truth about George Soros funding all these left-wing prosecutors in Democrat cities that would not prosecute Antifa and terrorists. What else they do? Shepard Smith. They had Shepard Smith on there. They fired Diamond and Silk. Don't you love Diamond and Silk? We will have these people on our network. I'm going to keep going. They sensationalized COVID-19. Chris Wallace. What about Chris Wallace with his debate failure? President Trump was debating not just Joe Biden, but he was debating Chris Wallace. See, they think they're trying to be fair by hiring liberals. They want to be adjacent to other networks. They do not care about standing alone as a conservative platform. They don't allow free speech. They're covering up obvious election fraud. I mean, I could go on and on and on. This is Fox News. This is supposed conservative news media. But you don't know Fox News the way we know them now. We've seen all of this. So you need to support RSBN. Go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can also mail a check to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. We are committed to remaining viewer-funded, viewer-supported. We're almost entirely viewer-funded and supported, which means it's difficult to grow. But we're committed to doing that because that way we don't get controlled. We don't have any investors telling us what we can and can't say on air. Adrian?
I appreciate all your comments, especially how much Fox has really let us down these couple of weeks. And I was so disheartened to hear that they had fired Judge Jeanine because she was my #1 inspiration for becoming involved with politics. She was the very first woman inspiration for me after I heard her speak at a Turning Point USA event. And honestly, if I had never heard her speak, if I never heard her just being so outspoken about the truth and political truth and standing up for our president, I would not be here today. And so Fox firing her is a signal to everyone else that watches. If you don't follow their agenda, which typically we thought would have been in alignment with ours, then they'll give you the boot, and that's so sad. So thank you for watching this, and we're going to try to fill that void because we know a lot of people would watch Fox. So here we are for you folks, and we're going to keep looking at the chat, and we're going to do some of our shout outs. So just keep donating, and then I'll shout out and I'll look at your comments as well. This is my first event after my last rally in Pennsylvania, so it's crazy. I'd imagine there's about 5,000 people here. There's so many people, and it's not gonna start for another hour, so it's great that all these people are here. Some people are asking who I am. My name is Adrienne Ferguson, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. You can find me on Instagram. It's Adrienne Ferguson _. That's ADRIENNEFERGUSON_. And my crew is here too. I'm with Lilith and Mike Magnificent, and he was speaking earlier. And we're gonna just be going about this crowd, asking them what they think, and interviewing folks about their thoughts about the elections. And this is a great crowd. That there's thousands and thousands of people, and entirely peaceful so far. And we're gonna just keep moving around. Everyone, you can see there's thousands and thousands of Trump flags, Trump 2020, all this patriotic gear, and it's just such a patriotic spirit. And that's entirely what you'd expect from a Trump rally. And they're playing Trump music, so it's a great feeling right now. I'm gonna start reading some of the comments. The Wi-Fi here is a little bad, so if you have newer comments, I might not get to them. But I love what people are saying. God is in control and His will be done. Absolutely. We appreciate all of the prayers. I think that's one of the best things that we can do right now, aside from donating to the Trump Fund and helping fund their lawyers, because they've been experiencing a lot of hate right now. In fact, they have been receiving bomb threats and death threats to stop their good fight for our president and for revealing the truth. So keep supporting our president in any way you can, especially through prayer, because we know just how powerful that is. I see that a lot of people are saying Biden is an election looter. Yeah, it's so obvious. I mean, we woke up on Wednesday morning, thousands of votes going to a candidate and none for the other. The probability of that is near to zero. So it's unbelievable. You guys see right through it. We see right through it. That's why we're here. That's why we're supporting our president, and we're advocating for election transparency, because this determines the trajectory for elections to come. If we don't stand up for it now, we don't take a stand now, they're going to do the exact same thing in another 4 years, and then another 4 years, and then just corruption is going to grow and grow and grow, and we can't put up with it. That's why we have to take a stand now, and that's why we're out here today. And we're signing petitions, we're donating to our president, we're doing all that we can. So you're absolutely right. Biden, he can't say that he didn't know. He literally said on camera he had the best election fraud system. So we're not surprised. You're absolutely right. It's just so disheartening to see all the corruption happening in front of our eyes and the people disavowing it. And
hi, Adrian. I didn't mean to touch you.
Right, yeah. Liv was just going about talking to people, so I'm going to hand it off to her. What's been going on?
Yes, thank you. So actually, as we were speaking, I ran off because I ran into Carlin over here. You might know her from YouTube. Carlin, tell us a little bit about yourself, because for those of you that are watching, maybe for the first time, or if you're new to,
two.
That's really loud.
Test.
That's really loud. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a psychologist that accidentally got outed as a Trump supporter when I was a Democrat for 20 years, and then went to a Trump rally and wrote an article about it and have been doing this stuff ever since.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when you came out, you got so much backlash, right?
I did. I wasn't even a Trump supporter at the time, honestly. I just thought that the left was insane, and I was kind of voting more against the left than for Trump, but the backlash that I got made it so much worse, and it made it very easy to come to the loving, open arms of Trump and honestly actually see what was going on. So it was definitely my red pill moment.
Yeah, I remember your article went viral. She wrote... Remind me what the headline it said. I went to a MAGA rally. This is what happened?
Yeah, it was like I was a Democrat for 20 years. Here's what I experienced at a Trump rally.
And I bet you were, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but were you expecting white supremacists? You were expecting to be attacked or?
Well, as soon as it went viral, I kind of had paid attention enough that I knew what was going to come. But it's like when it happens to you, it's a whole different thing than seeing it happen to someone else. It's the most surreal thing of your life when, all of a sudden your friends that you've known all your life or, for years and years and years start calling you a Nazi. And it's insane. People have lost their minds.
Now, what was your impression going to a Trump rally? Was it what you expected? Was it worse? Was it better? What was it?
Oh, it was so much better. I had no idea what to expect. Honestly, I was really scared. I was nervous leading up to it. Some of my friends even offered me their pepper spray to take with me.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, I declined. But you get there, and it's like this rally here, which is amazing. It's like the energy is so good. The people are so happy. Yeah. It is a stark difference between the Republicans.
No one's attacking. Have I attacked you? Has this lady attacked you? Has my cameraman attacked you? Has Adrian attacked you? Are we burning, looting, and murdering? Are we doing any of that? No. We love this country. We want 4 more years of Trump.
Daddy Trump, baby! Daddy Trump!
I'm telling you.
4 more years! 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 4 more years!
This is how we do it at Right Side Broadcasting. This is how we do it at Right Broadcasting.
I want everyone to know that we do support BLM. Biden's laptop matters.
I'm telling you, I don't know where lamestream media is. They're probably in the bunker with Joe Biden. But Fox News, Newsmax, all you fake news media, we've got 9.
Heading up here to the Supreme Court, so we'll be giving you all the live coverage right from there.
Absolutely. There's so many people out here today who came out to support the President of the United States. I think the President even made an appearance, drove by the people down there at Freedom Plaza, which is about a 40-minute walk from the Supreme Court down Pennsylvania Avenue, and you'll hit Freedom Plaza. And there's a ton of people out there waving flags, whether it be Trump flags or American flags, showing their support for their country. And they also want to ensure that there's a fair election. And that is something that Trump supporters and most conservatives believes did not happen this election cycle, and they're going to do all that they can to ensure that the president gets 4 more years in the White House.
Yeah, and I know a lot of us
true.
are
He said
really
voting's
fed
not
up
enough.
with Fox News right now. You know, we thought
We
they were
sat back
different from the
for
mainstream
4
media,
years. We thought
but
we were
clearly
just
they're just as bad as the rest of them. We saw them calling Arizona really early for Biden this election cycle, and I think a lot of us are just frustrated with them, looking for an alternative. And we would love to be that alternative for you. We would really appreciate your help in doing so. We are viewer funded here at Rightside Broadcasting, and there's 3 ways you guys can support us to help us be that conservative alternative that actually you can leave us a message. We'll be reading those shortly. You can also go to our website at www.rsbnetwork.com/donate and donate there. Also leave us a message. We'll be reading those later as well. And the last way is you can send us a check in the mail. That address is 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Again, we would love to be that alternative for you guys, but we are viewer funded here, so we really appreciate and love all the support. We love seeing those comments as well. So please do that if you can.
Thanks, Libby. Today's partner is MyPillow. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side, no pun intended, of the bed. With Christmas right around the corner, now is the perfect time to check out one of our favorite Patriot-owned companies. Visit MyPillow.com and stock up on gifts for yourself and for all of your loved ones. MyPillow guarantees ultimate relaxation with a wide variety of items to choose from, ranging from ultra plush towels, dog beds, memory foam mattresses, Giza Dream Sheets, and more. Check out all their inventory at www.mypillow.com. Very important, use code RSBN at checkout for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's RSBN at www.mypillow.com. Get up to 66% off your order. This is one of their hugest discounts up to date, and so make sure you check it out while it lasts. Again, that's www.mypillow.com. Use code RSBN.
Thanks, Philip. Yeah, definitely check that out. I know Christmas is coming up, so definitely get your loved ones some MyPillow. So we're standing here outside of the Supreme Court, and a lot of people are saying this election could end up in the hands of the court. So let's just talk about what the court makeup looks like right now. People consider us having a 6-3 conservative majority. So for the left side, we have Supreme Court Justice Breyer, Kagan, and Sotomayor. We have Chief Justice Roberts, we have Clarence Thomas, we have Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. But the one thing that am I forgetting someone? I might be forgetting someone there.
Coney Barrett, Gorsuch, yeah. Kavanaugh, Roberts, Clarence Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, and Alito, Justice Alito. And so one thing that we have to consider, though, is even though that is a 6-3 majority right there, Chief Justice Roberts has not really been a reliable conservative with many decisions. And even this past summer, when we had some decisions coming out from the Supreme Court, Justice Gorsuch proved to not really stand with the conservatives on the Bostock decision in regarding to transgender identity as part of the Equal Protection Clause. So I think that's something to consider. I wouldn't say we definitely have a 6-3 decision in that way, and obviously the way they interpret the law, being constitutionalist, textualist, could vary depending on what exactly is set before the court. So I think that'll be really interesting to see how that turns out. I think the liberals would be very concerned if this got to the Supreme Court, knowing that they only have 3 consistently left judges who would side with them on that side, who are more judicial activists rather than your constitutionalist, textualists actually interpreting the Constitution how it was intended and what it actually says instead of trying to legislate from the bench. So I think that will be really interesting to see how that ends up. I know the Electoral College is December 14th, I believe, so that is when our process of actually choosing a president will happen. I know Joe Biden has made an office of president-elect. Newsflash, that doesn't actually exist. So we'll see. No one is actually president-elect until the Electoral College on December 14th. Yeah. So
I think it's funny. I've seen a lot of pages and stuff where it's like the office of the president-elect of Joe Biden. And I just look at it and say, well, that's not necessarily a thing, because technically Joe Biden isn't even president-elect yet until the electorate votes on who they want the person to be president-elect. A lot of that goes down to legislatures within those specific states who pick the electors. So in Georgia, there's a heavily Republican legislature. I believe they have the majority. So it'll be interesting to see in states like that where they're picking Republican electors who are going to have to look at it and say, okay, well, Joe Biden won the popular vote here. Are we going to have to take our electoral votes and give them to Joe Biden?
Yeah, and I know, did you see, Philip, the other day, I believe in Pennsylvania, actually my home state, there was a judge who basically said that the ballots that came in 3 days after, which were originally said they could be counted in Pennsylvania, he said that was not their jurisdiction. The Secretary of State, I believe, didn't have the jurisdiction to make that decision, and even the courts there in Pennsylvania didn't have the authority and jurisdiction to make those calls. That power lies within the Pennsylvania legislature. So I think that was a really big win for the Trump campaign. We'll see how that plays out. I know some states are having recounts, some are doing audits. So we're really just waiting on a lot of results from there, seeing how those go. So keep showing up, keep praying about that. Now I'm going to move to our live chat. Guys, keep on donating, please. We would love to be your alternative to Fox News, to the mainstream media. I know a lot of us, again, thought Fox News was different. We thought we could trust them. But clearly this last election cycle showed that they're not much different from CNN and NBC. So I'm going to read some comments over here. We have a donation from Edward Morris. He said, God bless America and Trump. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We got one from Stephen Law. Thank you. Mark Elston donated. Thank you so much, Mark. Keep it coming, guys. We really appreciate this. We couldn't do this without you. We have one says, thank you, RSBN team. Bless you all. Praying President Trump 2020 4 more years. We really appreciate that, you guys. Definitely keep praying as well. We've been having prayer vigils most weeknights with Father Frank Pavone and some of the rest of the team on there. We love to pray with you guys, and we sometimes sing some songs and just praise and know that this election does lie in God's hands and not ours, but we can still do our part, get out there, do what you can to support the president.
Absolutely. There are people mobilizing all over the country. Today is not the only day where people are out supporting the president. It's happening all around the country. Every single state capital, I believe, is actually having a Stop the Steal rally to show the support for the president as patriots turn out, as Americans turn out and realize that maybe this election might have had some unhonest reporting and decision making happening within the voting places and in regards to the ballots. There's a lot happening, and there's so many facets in which things could have been corrupted, whether it's through the media or through the actual election places themselves or election officials. We don't know exactly the extent of this yet, but I believe as time goes forward and Team Trump continues to work with Rudy Giuliani and Corey Lewandowski and Pam Bondi, as you saw, we had live coverage of one of their press conferences at Four Seasons Landscaping in Philadelphia. We were able to bring that to you live, and they were able to just pull back the curtain a little bit on what was happening there in Philly, and I believe we're going to continue to see more of that. They're going to pull back the curtain more and more. They're going to set the stage for 4 more years of President Trump. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the other day that when asked about transitioning to a Biden administration, he said, I believe there will be a smooth transition to 4 more years of Donald Trump. So that's something to consider. The people who are the government officials in the Trump administration are very confident. They feel like they have this election. They know that voter fraud took place, and it's just a matter of time. The mainstream media, social media, they don't want you to know that. There's a reason why they are pushing so hard this president-elect narrative. It's because Joe Biden really isn't president-elect, and we aren't even sure if this win is legitimate or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's no harm in doing the recounts, doing the audits. All that does is prove his legitimacy if he actually did win fairly. And the fact that the mainstream media is trying to discount that, I think shows what they're trying to hide something, that this was maybe not a fair election, because again, 71 at least million people voted for President Trump, and so to them, Joe Biden is not a legitimate candidate and president-elect at this point. So if he really does want to unify the nation like he's saying he does, then why not just prove to everyone that you are legitimate, support the recount efforts, support the audit efforts, prove that you actually did win, and then maybe maybe if you stop demonizing Trump supporters, then maybe that's your way to do that. So I think we're going to send it back to one of our other teams down there at Freedom Plaza along the way on the march. Thank you, guys.
Hello, Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of MyPillow, and I've got some great news for you. Today, you can save up to 66% off all my products, from my MyPillows to my Giza Dream Sheets, my towels, my Roll and Go travel pillows, my mattress topper. I have over 100 products that you're going to save up to 66% using the promo code RSBN, Right Side Broadcast Network. RSBN, use that promo code at mypillow.com or call 800-836-7566. That's 800-836-7566. Remember to use the code RSBN, and here's the great news. Half the money is going to support Right Side Broadcast Network, one of the best networks I've ever seen. Thank you.
I got it.
Live.
All right, guys, we are back on the streets here, and this is kind of where President Trump made a U-turn earlier and made his way back down by the street. As you can see, we've got a huge crowd behind us. Chants USA, USA. You know what? We're down with the people now.
We are, and it's much like a rally atmosphere already with all the people, but a little bit more communal, you know. I'm really enjoying this aspect of it.
Absolutely, and of course, Brick Suit Guy, I gotta say, if there's somebody here that gets the award for the most selfies take, it's you.
So far, but I think that's only because Liz isn't out with us. But yeah, I've posed for a few. Luckily, I'm easy to spot, and I appreciate it. I wish I had more time. I wish I had time to talk with everybody, but of course we can't. One thing I'm struck with here is just like how you couldn't have the other types of media coming out here. The other types of media are not out here on the street. You don't see CNN, you don't see Fox, you don't see the major networks, you don't even see local affiliates out here because they wouldn't get the type of reception that we at RSBN get.
Yeah, well, this guy just told us we're number one. All right, there's a lot of celebrities out here, as you can expect, a lot of supporters for President Trump. We are
This is really great.
All right, so what brings you here today? Obviously, you love this president. You've backed this president for 4 years. Why today?
Well, I backed the message of making America great again. I think that's amazing, and I wrote a song called MAGA, and it blew up on the internet, millions of views, and I'm so grateful for that. There's so much support.
Let's talk about the support that the president has within the LGBTQ community. A lot of stereotypes to think if you're gay and lesbian that you don't belong with Republicans. You know that. You've been very outspoken with that.
Well, yeah, I didn't like the idea that because of your sexual preference that you had to vote a certain way. I thought that was really ridiculous. And I just wanted to do what I can to make sure that people know that I'm free, I'm an American, I can vote however I want. I wanted to inspire all of my other LGBT brothers and sisters out there to let them know that they have options. They don't have to vote a certain way just because of the pressure.
We've had people come up to us and say thank you for coming out and supporting the president, but let me say this real quick for the record. The LGBTQ community, if you're someone that stands up for the president, that takes a lot of bravery because you're in a culture that is trying to put you in a box. I've seen you in Beverly Hills walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard and that whole area with your MAGA flag. What's some of the feedback you get from that?
Well, with the LGBT community, not so great for a lot of them. But there are surprisingly a lot more LGBT people who like Trump and who love the message of making America great again, who also are not socialists. They're free market capitalist gays. Yeah. And they support me, and a lot of them support me in secret, but a lot more are coming out. And that's what makes me happy because I wanted them to feel okay to do so.
Could California ever turn red?
I don't think so. Not really. But I know that there are a lot of people waking up. If you notice in Beverly Hills, up California and to get Newsom out of there.
There you go. Well, we appreciate you joining us here and enjoy the festivities. And everyone seems to love this guy, Ricky Rebel. Everybody, they can follow you on social media where?
Oh, go to RickyRebelRocks.com and you can donate to my campaign, the Ricky Rebel Tour, if you like. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys. And does it surprise you that more and more celebrities, musicians, and actors come out and support the president because they're really making a leap of faith, because you know, in this world of cancel culture, if you support this president, you could be canceling your career.
Yeah, I think that there's always a baseline of conservatives who are in the entertainment media, and now they sense that this is the time to come forward. I mean, there's like a lot of Americans in general may be in an industry, not entertainment, but you could be in the legal profession, or you could be doing something like that, where there's going to be something, and I think you've experienced that, right?
Exactly, yeah, even more so with the entertainment industry. It's just so hard for them to speak out on their conservative values because the entertainment industry is so engulfed in liberal standards and bias, and you are not even able to even speak freely without being afraid of losing a job, a contract, or even being ostracized by the industry itself. But that's what I experienced, you know, modeling even. You can't even on your personal page post about your values and who you decide to vote for, because they control so much. They want to try to control so much. But you know, it's going to change. It's going to change, and now conservatives are starting to wake up and realize that we need to support each other. We need to stand up for each other, and in order to keep living in freedom that God has given us, we have to fight. We have to fight for that.
Absolutely.
Let me say one thing too about this, and this is not just an issue for conservatives. This is an issue for everybody in America who values their personal freedoms. The opposing political party right now is making a lot of posts about putting Trump supporters on lists. Jake Tapper at CNN saying that future employers will be looking at what you do at this point in history to judge you. Well, this is just the left putting us on notice that we're going to put you on a list. We're going to blacklist you forever. We're going to make sure that this is some sort of stigma that follows you. And, you know, right now, if you don't support President Trump, maybe you're a libertarian, maybe you're not a party affiliate, maybe you don't have anybody that you're really following closely, but maybe you want in the future to have some sort of choice for yourself. This is the future the left is setting up for us, where supporters of the president and supporters who are of conservative causes are put on lists in perpetuity to be discriminated against in the future. That is their America. That's the America we must reject. And I think in part, that's why a lot of people in the entertainment community are coming out as conservative, because they realize that all that is doing is shutting down personal freedoms and artistic freedoms.
If you just now joining us, we are live outside Freedom Plaza here in D.C. for Stop the Steal rally, and we appreciate you joining us. We want you to tag a friend, share this broadcast, and we want to say thank you to you, our viewers, because we are a viewer-supported network, and without your help, we can't keep gathering all of this relevant information here about the election, about President Trump. So please go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. That's rsbnetwork.com/donate. And we also want to give a special shout out to our partner of the day, who likes My Pillow. Make some noise for My Pillow. Mike Lindell. Yes, you like it. Of course we like it. And of course we want to say thank you to Mike. He is our partner for the day. And if you're watching right now and you don't have a My Pillow, get ready to get on your phone and put in a special promo code, because Zoe, you got the deal, right?
Actually, I'm going to do this now. Maybe Joe, why don't you show the crowd around here while I'm telling everybody about our partner today. That's My Pillow. We know that at RSBN, we know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed, pun intended. And with Christmas right around the corner, now's the perfect time to check out one of our favorite Patriot-owned companies, MyPillow.com. So visit MyPillow.com, stock up on gifts for yourself and all your loved ones. They've got a variety of items, even items for your pets. MyPillow guarantees ultimate relaxation with a wide variety of items to choose from. Ultra plush towels, dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, those new Giza Dream Sheets with that great much more. So check out all their inventory online at www.mypillow.com. That's www.mypillow.com, and use code RSBN at checkout for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's code RSBN at www.mypillow.com. This is one of their hugest discount codes to date, so make sure to use it while it lasts. So you can see the crowd here. Unlike a rally that we normally cover here at RSBN, this rally here at Freedom Plaza, this Stop the Steal march and rally, very amorphous. Not a lot of structure to it. There's multiple things going on all over the place. So multiple camera crews we've got. We're trying to cover as much as we can for you. Right now, we are on the south side of the plaza, and we are going to send you to another group, and we'll be sending you right there right now.
Yeah. We're set.
Hey guys, it's Libby Krieger again, here with Philip, and we're back at the Supreme Court giving you the coverage here all day. We know there's people marching from Freedom Plaza, and they're marching up here after the speaker's there at 12 to the Supreme Court. So we're going to give you the coverage here once they get here as well. We're standing outside the Supreme Court. On the other side of the road is the Capitol there, so we have a beautiful view up here. So there we have some people out here already. They have their Trump flags, their American flags, just some patriots out here. And we know that if you're going to be coming out here and, you know, standing out for President Trump, fighting for the president, you're going to need a good night's sleep. So go check out mypillow.com. You can get some really good deals right now. We know that a restful night's sleep is how you wake up on the right side of the bed, and honestly, you just need a good night's sleep to keep on moving forward. We know there's so much going on right now in politics, so visit mypillow.com and stock up on those gifts for yourself and all your loved ones. It is Christmas season coming up here, so make sure you get all your loved ones something from MyPillow, and you can get 66% off if you use the code RSBN. This is one of their biggest deals ever, so go check that out. And there's gifts for everyone. They have dog beds. They have memory foam mattress toppers, so if you have kids in college, do that. They have towels and some Giza Dream Sheets and more. So they have a huge inventory. Make sure you get that deal, code RSBN at checkout, up to 66% off. And they are a partner of the day, so definitely go check them out.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Libby. And also, in supporting our partners, we are 100% viewer funded here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, and everything we do is only possible because of you. So thank you so much for your donations. There's a few ways you can do that. You can do that on our YouTube Super Chat. You could go ahead, drop a donation in there, or you could go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate. There's a few ways. We are the alternative to the mainstream media. We are out here. Nobody else is out here. There's not one other media company. He'll pan and show you there's not one other media company here right now. Nobody else is here. Nobody wants to show this. Nobody wants to report the truth that Trump supporters are out here showing up in numbers to support the president because they believe that this election was stolen from them. There's no other media company here. And so what we're doing here really is unprecedented. It's something that hasn't been achieved before. We are what I like to call a grassroots media company, and it's through your support. So please, there's a few ways you could donate. Keep donating. It helps us get to where we need to be, and also it always brings you live, uninterrupted coverage of every single event that we can possibly make it to. We have like 13, 14 people, 14 correspondents here this weekend in Washington, D.C., and that's all because of you that is possible. So thank you so much to all the viewers who have made that possible.
Yeah, and as we're here outside of the Supreme Court, I know a lot of people, we were talking about this a little bit before, are saying this could end up in the Supreme Court. They could maybe invalidate a few states in their counts just because of the massive amounts of affidavits and proof coming in that there was voter fraud in this election. I'm still waiting on what's going to happen in those states. So the fact that it could end up in the hands of the Supreme Court, we're not really sure what that would look like. But just talking about the makeup of the court right now, people consider the conservatives having a 6-3 majority with Sotomayor, Kagan, and Breyer as the 3 liberals consistently. And then we have Chief Justice Roberts, Clarence Thomas, Alito, Amy Coney Barrett, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh also being the more conservative justices. But again, knowing that Chief Justice Roberts is not the most reliable conservative, we've seen him in many decisions honestly side with the left there, so that's something to consider, seeing how that would pan out. And even in this last cycle in the summer when they were getting their decisions out, Justice Gorsuch sided with the liberals on the Bostock decision, so not something we can rely on a 6-3 decision there, but that would be interesting to see how that turns out. I know another possibility that I've been hearing is the fact that if the Supreme Court invalidated a few states, then that means neither candidate would have 270 electoral votes, which is what you need to win the presidency. And in that case, the president would end out, the vote would end up in the House of Representatives by state. And I believe we have, a 26-22 majority favoring President Trump. So that is a possible outcome of this election.
Yeah, there's a few ways we've seen this go forward. Team Trump believes that there is voter fraud that influenced this election. We've seen the press conferences with Rudy Giuliani, Pam Bondi, Corey Lewandowski. The entire Trump team, legal team, they have been out in full force in all these swing states ensuring that the president had a fair election. They believe that was something that influenced this election based upon the president's accomplishments and achievements, and also gaining 10 million more votes, I think, than he did last time. He believes that would have been a victory for the president. And there's some very, very slim margins in some of these states, folks. And when I was on a call the other night with the legal team, they said the first thing they started off the call by saying was, this is not over yet. So we will see what happens as time goes forward and as things unfold, but we're not sure what we'll see.
Yeah, Philip, and I know right now the stakes are really high. I know we picked up some seats in the House of Representatives, still not having a majority for the Republicans. And right now the Senate it's not looking great, considering they're trying to maybe steal the election down in Georgia as well with those Senate races. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. Keep showing up for that as well. And then if Joe Biden does win that, in the end, then that means they have all 3, and court packing could be a real issue. I know Joe Biden wouldn't give us an answer before the election. He said you would find out later, and that seems like something the American people have a right to know before they vote on a president. But that is a real possibility here, and that would just be packing the courts. They'd open up legislation to add more justices to the court, which has not been done. We've had 9 historically, and then Joe Biden would, in that case, he would just put liberal justices on the court, so the conservatives would not have a chance from there on out. So I think that's something that's really concerning that we could see happening here in this election.
I agree. Joe Biden, when they were having the debates, he never was really willing to say whether or not he would pack the courts. He said, you will find out after the election. So that's something that should be concerning to many Americans. And if it is true that Joe Biden legitimately won this race, which I don't think it is, it should be concerning that Americans are willing to elect someone who doesn't come out 100% publicly on what their policies are. It's kind of like keeping his policies in the closet, and nobody will ever know what he truly means. If he's willing to keep his policy in the closet, what else is he keeping in there? Like some of his secrets and stuff, and the corruption that he's done through his entire career. So we're not exactly sure. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the people have a right to know what the presidential candidate has on such an impactful decision there. So I think that's going to be something really important. Philip, what do you think about the fact that if Joe Biden becomes president under the pretense that there was possible fraud that was just not looked into enough, what does that mean for our future elections and their integrity from here on out? Are we ever going to be able to have a fair election from here on out?
Well, I'm not exactly sure about that. If they're willing to hide it this time, and they probably will continue to do so in the future, we know that they're not the most honest people when it came to the phony Russian hoax and impeachment and the Mueller probe. That was all a sham, and they're still not willing to admit that it was all through fabricated lies. So it wouldn't be something new. I don't think we would be surprised by the fact that they stole the election, but if they get away with it this time, they will continue to do so, I believe, 100%.
Absolutely, which is a really frightening thought, considering the fact that, you know, Democrats use the point that President Trump is undermining our democracy, yet they're the ones who are undermining our democracy by allowing this to go forward under the possibility that this was not a legitimately fair and free election. So we'll have to keep a watch on that, but we'll see what's happening there. I know a lot of states are still in the process of recounting, auditing, and so we're just waiting for those results. We talked a little bit before about the results in Pennsylvania, how a judge basically said that the power to decide whether those ballots could be accepted 3 days after the election was not within the Secretary of State, I believe, or was it the Attorney General, was not her jurisdiction to say. And the courts also didn't have that authority or jurisdiction. That actually lied within the legislature. So that was a huge win for the Trump campaign. We'll see if that impacts the vote enough in Pennsylvania. And we'll see with those 20 electoral votes. Everyone called it for Joe Biden, the mainstream media at least did. And if they took that away, that could possibly be a scenario where it ends up in the House if those are invalidated, or if we end up 269, something like that. So that's a real possibility happening there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having a hard time hearing myself over the megaphone that's right there. But you were saying that there is some irregularities. There's pervasive irregularities within these states, and the Trump legal team understands that. They know that there is irregularities. There's irregularities within this election system, and they're going to continue to work to do so. For our viewers at home who hear the mega horn, I am very, very sorry about that. I know there's some profane language, so if there's children in the area, you might want to lower the TV. But there is definitely some irregularities, and I think the Trump team's going to get to the bottom of it.
Sorry guys, we're having a really hard time hearing. We just have someone very loud on the megahorn over there, so we're trying to do our best over here. But again, there are no other media outlets right here, right now, showing you the actual coverage that they won't. So we're trying to do that for you guys. And I think we're going to send it back to one of our other teams down on the way in the march.
Okay, thank you, Libby, and thank you to.
I don't have.
All right, so we're having, obviously, we apologize for some of the technical issues today. Not really technical issues, but more so production issues, because we have 4 crews. I ain't used to this, folks, and I'm in the studio by myself trying to run all this 4 cameras, and we had to do this on the fly, so we're doing the best we can. I think we've ironed out most of the wrinkles, and now we're ready to, the speakers are getting ready to begin. You're going to hear from lots of different speakers today, from Sebastian Gorka to Mike Lindell with My Pillow. Lots of different speakers are coming up, and we're getting ready to transition over to that now. Just showing you very raw and unedited here in Washington, D.C. this morning with multiple feeds. So if you see something that isn't exactly, I guess, made for TV, then we apologize. But our capabilities here are not what you have on some of the mainstream media channels. But I just want everybody to know that we are going all out for this one today. We're going to bring you live coverage all day long of this. From the speakers all the way to the march. The march is set to take place in about 25 minutes. So we are going to go live now to Brian Glenn and Bricksuit, who are live inside the Willard Intercontinental Hotel. So stand by for that.
Make their way to the stage, and they've got quite the list of people here, as you would expect in the conservative movement. We're going to make our way outside the hotel here. Excuse me.
Here's the wall helping with the door.
Just the wall helping with the door. We've got several people out here as well. I saw Chad Prather here walking around. Matter of fact, he's right there. Let's see if we can grab a few. He's taking some pictures, as you would expect. But anyway, this is what you get here at this rally. And of course, it kicks off at around. Chad Prather, hey, how you doing?
What's going on? You run into all kind of folks around here.
Man, we are wrangling people up. Put me on a donkey and give me a rope, and I'm taking them down.
Yeah.
Let's talk about today. I mean, it's a huge event for our country. It's a huge event for Trump supporters. And like Rick said earlier, he's been putting in these rallies on for the people. Now it's time for the people to put a rally on for him.
Right. Well, you know, one of the weird things is the left has they've done a good job of getting supporters and people to come out and work and just be diligent in the streets. And what we're seeing now, the right is starting to understand that if they don't do that, they're in trouble. And we're already in trouble because we've seen that. These folks are taking to the streets, they're coming out, they're demonstrating themselves. I mean, I jumped on a plane, you jumped on a plane. We all came out here because it matters.
When people come up to you, what's one of the first things they tell you? Because I know that you kind of opened up the door to people getting into politics there. And we're getting a live look at some of the speakers come out. You've really opened up the door to politics for people who obviously at one point wouldn't have followed politics.
Yeah, no, I know. And I said forever that I wasn't going to get involved with it because I'm a comedian. I'm a humorist, right? But then I realized, you know, what are we going to use our platforms for if we don't do it for something that's right? We wind up with somebody like Hillary Clinton.
And the humor is a good way to do that. It's a good way to pull people in.
You can take a little bit of common sense, wrap it in humor, and make it an easier pill to swallow, and it works.
Yeah, there you go. Where do we go from here? I know that a lot of these states are still being contested, and things are in courts. At the end of the day, when the dust settles, what do you think happens?
Well, I think the patriots are going to rise to the top. I think the folks who really love this country are going to go through the adversity of this event, regardless of what the outcome is going to be. And the folks who really love this country are going to rise up. The bad logic in a house of cards, it's going to fall in on itself. And that's what's going to happen with the left. No question about it.
All right, we got a live look at Alex Jones walking through here with Right Side Broadcasting. How you doing? Thank you very much.
Love you, brother. Love you. Great work. See you over the thing.
Here we go.
Love you, Right Side. We love Right Side.
We're going to watch them come. We're going to jump into this line here. Let's go ahead and jump in. Anyway, we'll see you later, Chad. Here we are. If you're just now joining us, we are live just outside Freedom Plaza, making our way to the stage. And this is, I guess, the security pressing for the speakers scheduled for today. And from what I understand, though, speakers for about an hour, therefore probably starting the walk at around 1 p.m. for there. If you're just now joining us, thanks for tuning in. And of course, share this broadcast. And we've got some great partners Mike Lindell with My Pillow. You can't. Hey, after today, Zoe, I'm going to need a My Pillow.
I agree, and of course, with everything going on, we have to get our sleep, and the best way to do that is start with your pillows, guys. Mike Lindell is amazing with the products that he has provided, guys. Check out www.mypillow.com. Also, guys, you can get up to 66% off using our code RSBN. Again, that is 66% off for using our code RSBN. Go to www.mypillow.com. With Christmas right around the corner, guys, this is a perfect opportunity for you all to get these gifts and these options for your families to provide the comfort that is needed. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching us and supporting us and everything. I wanted to get in and chat with you guys, but of course with all the people that are out here, the connection is really, really tight. But as you all see, we are marching towards the stage to hear from the speakers that are lined up for today. Following that, at 12 noon, we are scheduled to start the march going up to Pennsylvania Avenue. But you see here, everyone's getting pretty riled up and excited. And of course, we're going to try to stay safe. Is that right, Brian?
I've got my left hand around you right now to make sure you don't fall down. So yes, we're all going to make our way to the stage. It's very tight here. I mean, Zoe, there's a few more people than there were here earlier, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. It's filling in really, really quickly for sure. Of course, you all get your friends and family on this broadcast right now to check this out. You guys will not want to miss the festivities that are going to be going on for the rest of the day. We have, of course, a total of 4 crews dedicated to bringing you all at least as much as we can bring you all for today's festivities at this MAGA Milligan March. I'm really excited and honored.
My name is Cindy Chapin, and I am the Director of Coalitions for Women for America First. And on behalf of our organization, who kind of had this crazy idea the day after the election to throw a small rally. So it's turned into a massive rally. I just want to say welcome to DC. That was not very impressive. Let's give that one more shot. Welcome to DC. Much better. So our team has managed to pull together, Women for America First has managed to pull together a feat that, if I do say so myself, was pretty impressive. We started this process.
Might be some antagonists.
Know how things are. COVID. So just hear me out. So wear a mask unless you are medically exempt. If you are not wearing a mask, we will assume you are medically exempt. Wear a mask and social distance unless you are with family. Hello, family. Wash your hands and sanitize your hands often.
Guys,
that's
some of you may not have seen, but in
hygiene.
passing,
So there you
he
are.
was giving the waves and showing the support for us. He circled around twice around the gathering area.
Just pick up after yourself, because we don't want to get stuck with a huge bill. Appreciate it very much. That's pretty much it. If you want to go to our website, Women for America First, we also have TrumpMarch.com. That's where we're asking you guys to submit all of your images, photos, videos, so that we can share them on our website, because this is not about us, this is about you guys. We had, like I said, a crazy idea to do this, and it's turned into a phenomenal outpouring of support for this president. We see what's going on. That's right. We see what's going on, and we are here to say, stop the steal, because it's not going to happen. All right, so that's pretty much it. Again, welcome from Women for America First. We're so glad to have you.
I say the left.
So right now I'd like to welcome Ed Martin from Eagle Forum, and he's going to lead us in prayer because we definitely want our group to be covered in prayer today. I will just say one more thing. Obviously we are here in mass, but there are opposition groups that are surrounding and planning to try and agitate. Just ignore them. Ignore them, pretend like they're not there. Just They don't even exist, because you know what? We the people are speaking and they're scared. They're scared. So they're gonna try, listen, they're gonna try and agitate you. They're gonna try and invoke violence. We're not here for violence. We're here for a peaceful protest, a peaceful show of support, just to have our voices be heard. So that being said, I want to welcome Ed Martin from Eagle Forum, leading us in prayer.
Tell me your first and last name. Cindy Chapin. Before I pray, I'd like to thank Cindy she's one of the great leaders here at Women for America First, working tirelessly. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. Now, do me a favor now. I want to pray for a minute or two. So if you have a hat, it's a beautiful hat. I see them, the most beautiful hats. Take your hat off. And I don't want you to bow your head today. We're not bowing for anybody. I want you to look up to the Lord as we pray. Lord, we thank you for the gift of America. We thank you for the gift of Donald J. Trump. Lord, we thank you for the gift of every life here with us around the world, in the bellies, all the life you give us, Lord, in the image and likeness of God. We thank you, Lord. Today, Lord, we gather in this hallowed place. We make it holy right now in your name, because we ask you, Lord, bless us in our work. Our nation, Lord, you gave it to us as a gift, and you said you will have this nation founded on Judeo-Christian principles and framed by a declaration and a constitution. You will not be led by CNN or cable news or fake news. Lord, you said to us, if you take this American nation, Lord, you said to us, and you serve me in righteousness, I will give you prosperity and joy, and I will give you for the world a light, a beacon on a hill. And we say, thank you, Lord. And now, Lord, we ask you for this today. We ask you to strengthen us like our founding fathers had and like our president has. We ask you, Lord, strengthen us in the fight, because the powers of darkness are descending. They're saying concession, not constitution. And Lord, we know what you taught us. March and pray and joyfully celebrate. But Lord, we ask you to strengthen us in a special way for the fight ahead. It will be weeks, it may be months, but we will stand with this President, Donald J. Trump. Finally, Lord, we ask you to expose the fraud. Expose the fraud, Lord. We know it's there. We know the evilness. Expose it and help us see it. And we ask you, Lord, when your will is done, we will praise you and we will praise America. And so we say, like our founding fathers did, George Washington, Sam Adams, all the founders, we turn our eyes to the Lord, ask for his blessing. And in a special way, we say, Lord, the bodyguard of we the people,
The bodyguard of Western civilization is one man, Donald J. Trump. Thank you for the gift of Donald Trump, Lord, and strengthen us to support him and fight for him and save this nation. God bless you and God bless America. Amen. USA! 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 USA!
Hello, Patriots! I get the distinct honor to lead you in the pledge to our flag and to the United States of America. The flag's there if we could all salute the flag if you served. Put your hand over your heart if you didn't. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now to lead us in the National Anthem is CJ from the Deplorable Choir. CJ, can you come on up?
How y'all doing? Oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful sight, is it not? Well, I'm CJ and I like to sing songs about Trump, but today I'm singing the National Anthem, which is my favorite, and I want y'all to sing with me, okay? Hold on. And I'm going to take a picture of y'all. Smile. All right, sing with me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. God bless you all. God bless America and God bless Trump.
Are you guys ready for 4 more years? This is amazing. I am so excited to be here and join all of you. My name is Kylie Jane Kramer, and I am Executive Director of Women for America First. And we are the organization that was able to pull this off, get the permits, and be here in Washington, D.C. with all of you, we the people. This is truly amazing. I cannot believe that all of you have dropped everything and come from literally every single state in the United States. And I know that all of you are so concerned about what's happening this election. And we are all here to demand transparency and to protect election integrity. It is more than just about President Donald J. Trump, but we sure as heck love him, don't we? So we have an incredible
you can contribute, we would definitely love. We are a nonprofit, and we will make sure that we do everything we can to stop this steal. So we're going to get started with a couple speakers over here that are great and fantastic, and then we're going to be marching to the Supreme Court because we truly believe that the president has a very strong case in these battleground states and incredible legal minds behind him, and we will be taking this all the way to the Supreme Court to ensure that we get 4 more years of President Donald J. Trump. And I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but about 2 hours before this event started, the president made a quick little drive-by around Freedom Plaza. And we're so grateful that we did that, and we think that there maybe still be a little surprise over at the Supreme Court. There will also be some incredible speakers at the Supreme Court, so make sure that you march with us, and if we all stick together and are peaceful, but are standing up with our American flags for the United States Constitution, there is nobody that can get in the way of that. So please, do not be provoked by some of these groups that are out here trying to cause trouble. Do not let them bait you, because one person that does that makes all of us look bad, and we are just freedom-loving Americans who stand for the Constitution. So, TrumpMarch.com, follow along with us. If you don't want to go to the website, you can also text RECOUNT, the word RECOUNT, to 87123. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Ed Martin I'm going to please bring up, you guys know him and I love him. He's amazing. You guys see him on TV. You probably own a lot of his products. Mike Lindell.
You know, everybody loves our president, just some people just don't know it yet. I am so honored to be here with you all today to support our great president in the most important election in history. It's not over. Mr. President, we are representing today over 72 million people, which is a record in an election for a sitting president. We're also representing millions more who have been brainwashed since grade school, who don't know any better what the Democrats will do to our country if they succeed in stealing this election. We're also representing hundreds of millions from around the world that are praying for you to keep leading us for 4 more years. If anybody doesn't believe that all this corruption and election fraud is real, they couldn't be more wrong. A fake news outlet asked me the other day, what is the best thing the president's done so far? I answered, he smashed the tool of political correction or nothing would have got done. When I came out of years of addiction, I couldn't believe I could not believe what our country had become and the path we were on. God had been removed from our schools. A president was giving money to an evil empire. Jobs in manufacturing had massively been moved overseas. It was politically incorrect to say Merry Christmas. So many things made no sense. And personally, when I started my commercials on TV, I was told by TV and shopping channels that I couldn't wear my cross. I told them, I'm wearing my cross. And then it got to be up until, I'm going to tell this story off the cuff. I didn't realize, my years of addiction, I didn't realize how important politics were to everything we do. And then Donald Trump reached out to me in the summer of 2016 for a private meeting, and I walked in there and we talked about he wanted to bring jobs back, like My Pillow is made in the USA. I told him about my addiction and how I have a platform to help millions of people in addiction. And he said, Mike, I want to stop the drugs from pouring in to our country. He said, he talked about what he was going to do for the unemployment, the economy, and we talked about all these things for a half hour. And I left his office that day on August 15, 2016. I said, he's going to be the greatest president in history. But here's where the attacks come. I left there, and by the way, I talked to his employees, and I couldn't believe what I just witnessed. A man with the only agenda to help us as a people and a country, and it was just, everything about it was so real. And I went and talked to his employees, and every one of them said the same thing. He's a great boss, great leader, and they had a personal story how he had helped them. So I went back to Minnesota. And I went back there, and I couldn't wait to tell Minnesota in 2016, tell all the media I had met this man, Donald Trump, and all the great things we had talked about. Well, I did that press release, and the media called me a racist. They attacked me. The Better Business Bureau took me from an A+ to an F. I mean, I was completely attacked. But then I knew I was on the right path. God gave us grace on November 8, 2016, and our president has a gift, a problem solution, but he also knows what it's going to manifest to. He has fought every day for our country and us to overcome, to make our lives better for each and every one of us. He's kept all his promises that he told all of us. He created the best economy in history before this China virus. We had the lowest unemployment. He brought the manufacturing back. It would take hours to list everything, but right out of the gate, we got to at least say Merry Christmas. But now, the radical left and Democrats are trying to steal the election and the future of our country. And I'm going to tell you about them. They're very good at marketing and brainwashing and deception. Let's talk about, I'll give you two examples because I'm a marketer. Planned Parenthood and Black Lives Matter. What do they have in common? Here's what they have in common. They're both deceptive. Planned Parenthood, it sounds like a politically correct name. Well, when you find out that Planned Parenthood is killing your baby so you don't have to be a parent, that's something wrong with that. And Black Lives Matter, of course their lives matter, but when you look behind the curtain and you see the organization behind it has been suppressing and trying to destroy them for 50 years, that's what they do. And they have been described for, okay, but now they're making their biggest play ever. I promised the president that we would win Minnesota. Well, we did, but the corruption was just bigger there as we have professional USA and Israel haters led by Ilhan Omar. We also have a Democrat governor who made some of the worst decisions ever that manifest for political reasons, that manifested into riots and destruction across our country. It's sad that they make decisions for political reasons, and we have a great president makes them for us. And what a difference. He's turned the Republican Party into the common sense party. But I look at mathematical deviations every day in my business, and if something is out of whack, there's a reason for it. Things just don't happen without input. And I'll tell you what, you look at this election, there's so many deviations, and there's something that had to happen for those deviations to happen. Well, our president is going to win this election as as all of these deviations will be revealed as corrupt and voter fraud. Mr. President, if you're watching, we are praying for you, and we are here to support you any way we can to lead us in this fight for our country and future. Now I want to say a quick prayer. Everybody, I want you all to pray. Please, I want you all to pray here. Heavenly Father, please give us grace and Donald Trump as our president for 4 more years. Please reveal all the corruption and fraud in this election and show everyone your will. Open doors that no man can shut. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Yes. Today, Mr. President, we are all in to tell you that you are the greatest president ever, and we are all in. God bless America.
When I say Donald, you say Trump. Donald. Trump. Donald. Trump. When I say Donald, you say Trump. Donald. Trump. Donald. Trump. When I say president, you say Trump. President. Trump. President. Trump. USA. 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 All right. Listen, my name is Paris Denard. You might have seen me on television with Black Voices for Trump with the campaign. And I tell you, this is a movement. They doubted that this could happen, but turned to the media and tell them we are here and we're not going anywhere. Let them know. Thank you to Amy Kramer for organizing this opportunity for us to come together and remind the world that no matter what the media says, there are over 72 million people who aren't going to be silenced. We aren't going to hide. We are going to loudly proclaim that we support President Donald J. Trump. We support President Trump's inclusive agenda that led to unprecedented support for HBCUs, school choice, lower taxes, deregulation, support for the unborn, and expanding our party, with the president winning the most votes for Republican from minorities since 1960. In fact, because of Black Voices for Trump and the campaign, the RNC, and all of you, we got 12% of the black vote. With an amazing ground game, we flipped 11 House seats and held the Senate and didn't lose 1 local chamber. We are here today to say with one loud voice, we will fight for the integrity of our elections. Yes. We will demand transparency, and we will stop the steal. We won't let them cancel America First. We won't let them cancel Make America Great Again. We won't let them cancel our voices. We won't let them cancel our votes. We are going to stand together and proclaim you can't stop us from supporting the greatest president in the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump.
What's going on, Washington, D.C.? What's going on, Patriots of America? And what is going on to all them freedom fighters who came from all over this nation to this nation's capital to show support for their president? Who's here for Trump? My name is Chandler Crump, and I'm here for Trump as well. I'm here for America, and I'm here for the future. We saw something incredible just last week. We saw that election happen, and we were all so hopeful going into it. We knew we had this election in the bag. We were going to fight for it, and we were going to win, and that is what we did. But the left, they do something interesting. They do something that has never been done before in American history since them. They do immediate and strong voter fraud, election fraud. Yeah, boo that. You know, it's always them that say they stand for democracy. But how come they're canceling out our voices? Canceling out American voices, canceling out patriotic voices that want to stand for a president that does something for them. How come they cancel that out? I say we stop the steal. Yes, stop the steal. Stop the steal. Raise those flags up, raise those banners up, all the way up, all the way up. You guys are amazing, I tell you that much. I want to thank each and every person that came out here all over America to spend your Saturday here with us in Freedom Plaza, Washington, D.C. Because we stand for something greater than ourselves. We stand for America. We stand to keep America great. We stand to make America great. And we stand to fight for the future. I'm 16 years old, and I'm a member of Generation Z. Which means that America is mine for a long time. It's been yours, and I know there's plenty of young people. You guys are fighting for it now. I'm fighting for it now, but I'm fighting so that there's a future for each and every one of us. Ronald Reagan said that freedom is never a generation away from death. I am that generation that's going to keep fighting. We are the hero generation. And with your support, with your fight, with your strength, with your courage, and with your energy, we are going to keep America great for the next 10, 20, 30, and 40 years. We will not let America fall. We will not let America die. We will keep America great. We will make America great. And we will make this nation something to remember for all time. President Trump is one of the best presidents that has ever graced this nation. And we're going to fight for another 4 years. We're not going to let them steal this election. We're not going to let them steal America. We're not going to stand for a faux Joe Biden presidency. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to fight, fight, fight. And like Trump says, we're going to win, win, win. Say it with me now. Win, win, win. Win, win, win. Win, win, win. Win, win, win. Thank you guys so much.
Hello, I'm Evan Sayet. And looking out at what must be about 500,000 people, I want to just take a moment. Damn right. I want to take a moment to remember somebody that I started out with about 17 years ago who cannot be with us today, but he is very much with us today. He's my friend Andrew Breitbart. Andrew is what we call a happy warrior, and we are happy, are we not? This actually is a peaceful protest, is it not? But happy is only half of happy warrior, because our country is calling upon us now to be the other half. We now need to be warriors. Every generation has had to face an evil of some kind. Typically it's been from abroad, it was foreign, now it's domestic. But our Constitution prepared us for enemies both foreign and domestic. We will fight this fight and we will win this fight, but in order to win, you must first know your enemy. And that's what I've dedicated myself to in my writings and my speeches, is to know, because they didn't just come out of nowhere. What you're witnessing now is the fruition of a plan long in the works. You are watching the culmination of a plan that started with the 60s radicals, who did not hide the fact that they sought to overthrow this country. They did not hide the fact that they were socialists, and they were bad, bad people. One of them goes by the name of William Ayres. William Ayres founded a terrorist group called the Weather Underground. such despicable human beings that at the very first meeting of the Weather Underground, they took time out to cheer Charles Manson. Because Charles Manson had done, or at least attempted to do, what the Democratic Party was attempting to do, what the radicals were attempting to do, which is to divide and conquer. That's what Helter Skelter meant. Helter Skelter was a cataclysmic race war. And that's what the Democratic Party has been trying to start since the 60s radicals. Since Bernadine Dorn, the wife of William Ayers, approached a bank of microphones and said, "Hi, I'm Bernadine Dorn, and I'm going to read to you a declaration of war." And they sought to start that war by dividing us by race, which is why when the radicals came along, they didn't join the party of abolition. They didn't join the party of women's suffrage. They joined the party of George Wallace and segregation and Jim Crow. Because it didn't matter to them then or now whether whites hated blacks or blacks hated whites, so long as we hated each other. They tried to foment a revolution and they failed. Because nobody who had lived in the real world, the last of the great generations, wanted any part of the socialism they were selling. Millions had fled that socialism under Hitler to come here. Millions had fled that socialism under Stalin to come here. And millions more went overseas to fight those things. And when they came home, they wanted no part of what they are selling then and now. There's a great story in my book, forgive me, I have to do it, it's called The Woke Supremacy, that's what one does, where Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, went over to Africa to train for a big fight in Zaire. And when he returned, they asked him, the reporters asked him, "What'd you think of Africa, Muhammad?" Now remember, this was a black man from the then democratically controlled South. This was a black man who had already converted to Islam. This was a black Muslim man. They said, "Muhammad, what did you think of Africa?" And he said, quote, "Thank God my granddaddy got on that boat." So even back then in the hardest times, people knew that America was in fact great. And so when this revolution failed, they went underground. They started something called the Long March through the institutions. They took over these schools and turned it into their ministry of indoctrination. They took over the news and entertainment industries and turned it into their ministry of propaganda. Now they have their ministry of social communications. And it was Mark Rudd, and then I'll finish up. It was Mark Rudd, one of the founders, another despicable man who said it must be wonderful to kill a pig, talking about cops. The bloodier, the better. That's the kind of people who trained this generation. You're not booing me, right? And you're not saying Bruce, right? All right. Mark Rudd said, "The true flowering of the 60s will come in the 90s when we've taken over the institutions." Well, he was wrong only because he missed the obvious. Once they'd taken over the institutions, they then had to use them to brainwash successive generations. Well, 30 years from the 60s to the 90s, what's 30 years from the 90s? Which is why they've finally taken off their masks. Which is why they're finally calling themselves what they've always been, socialists. It's why they're again killing cops. This has been a long time coming, and this is a revolution that they are attempting. I don't care if they put a smiley face or an old man's face in front of it. They did that with Big Brother. Joe Biden is just a face. He's a figurehead for the evil that lurks behind him. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. We have always been slow to the fight. As Americans, we don't want to fight. We are the true liberals, lowercase l, live and let live. We've got other things to do with our lives than fight. We got family, we got schools, we got businesses. We were slow to World War I. We were slow to World War II. We were slow to the Cold War. And we were slow to the Culture War. but we won World War I, we won World War II, we won the Cold War, and we will win the culture war.
Let me hear you, beautiful people. Woo! My name is Dustin Stockton. I just want to take a moment to thank Women for America First and the organizers and all of you for coming out to stop the steal and support President Trump. Woo! Jeffrey Lawrence and I have been doing this for a long time, politics. But I have one message that I want to get across to you, and it's so important when you go back home. We have to meet offline. We have to be Sam Adams in the basement of our bars, meeting with our neighbors. We have to fight big tech. We have to fight big media, and we have to fight big money to protect America for my kids and for your kids. This is a seminal moment in our country's history. If we let them steal the election from President Trump, we will never get it back. Our freedom is not coming back. We must rise up, which is why I know every single one of you is here. Thank you. From the Tea Party on, what people don't realize is that Donald Trump was the natural progression of the Tea Party movement and the fight for our Constitution. You must come together. You must stand for your rights, and we must win. Scott Pressler always says it, MVP. This is a movement of love, but we must fight. We must stand up to the liars and the fake news. We must stand up to the big tech oligarchs who want to silence us. We must fight. When we march to the Supreme Court, we have a message to send. Our institutions have been corrupted and weaponized against we the people. And that's what Joe Biden's agenda is. There is no way that senile old fool beat the hardest working and greatest president ever. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We'll see you at the Supreme Court.
All right, good afternoon, America. Yes. My name is Debbie Carlitas. I'm the Vice President of Moms for America. Woo! I'm honored to say a few words here today. Moms for America is a national movement of mothers reclaiming our country for truth, family, freedom, and the Constitution. Who's a mama out here today? Who's a grandma out here today? We believe that moms are the heartbeat of America. Amen? As a wife and a mother of three, I stand here concerned like all of you. America is at a crossroads, and the greatest threat to our republic is playing out. Our election has been hindered by votes that are not legal. The crisis must be exposed. It must be corrected, and it must be stopped. Moms for America had a project called Mom Vote. We encouraged moms all across the country to get registered and to vote their values. We told moms, if you loved God, if you cherished freedom, if you respected life, and you treasured family, We told them that they must vote because our country was at stake. So you know what happened? Our mamas came out and they voted. Right? Now, the mothers are demanding a legitimate election. Right? As I watch my children worry about the security of their future, like all of you moms out here, my heart is heavy. My son just graduated from college and recently got engaged. He is trying to plan a wedding during COVID. My daughter is wondering when in-person college classes will resume and how to function in a world that is socially distanced. My 16-year-old is constantly stressed out in a virtual high school while his basketball season is postponed. These are true issues in each of our homes, let alone the security of our country. These are not the hopes and dreams that we have as mothers. Our president has worked so hard to save America, to rebuild America, and to make America great again. So we must stand by him and ask for a valid election. Without a legitimate presidential election, we are no longer the land of the free. So you know what? As moms, we have to pass the torch of freedom. And if the torch is extinguished, there is no hope. The flame must burn bright and illuminate the way for our families. The light must shine in the darkness. And as mothers, we will fight for the torch of freedom, because without it, our children and our grandchildren will not be able to radiate and live in America. That is why we stand united for an election that ensures every legal vote must count. President Trump, the mamas are with you. Let us all carry the torch of freedom, and may it shine ever so brightly. God bless you.
I am so excited to be here. My name is Megan Barth. I'm referred to as the Reagan Babe. I come all the way back from the Tea Party for 12 years. This is so reminiscent of the Tea Party when we kicked the Democrats' asses in 2010, up and down the ticket. The grassroots, the silent majority is loud, and we are alive and well. We are here to stop the steal. Say it with me. Stop the steal. Stop the steal. Stop the steal. Stop the steal. We know this election was stolen. Do we really believe that the party who believes that looting is justified in the name of social justice didn't steal this election in the name of social justice? I refer to myself as the Reagan Babe because there were three men that affected my life: Ronald Reagan, my father, and my grandfather. They were all veterans, and they fought tooth and nail and nearly died for this country. And I will do the same, because I am not going to watch my country be destroyed from within by the communists, by the Marxists, by the socialists. That have found a home in the Democrat Party. Why is it that communists and Marxists and socialists find a home in the Democrat Party? It's because that's where they are welcomed. We don't want to fundamentally transform this country. We will defend it with our lives. We We will defend this country with our lives. We will defend this president with our lives. We are going to march all the way to the Supreme Court, and our fight does not stop at the Supreme Court. We take the fight back to our precincts. We take them back to our neighborhoods, and we make for damn sure that our local elected officials are elected fairly and they are elected squarely, and that our voice, which is our vote, is not stolen. Thank you so very much for showing up.
Hello, hello, hello! This is the most beautiful crowd I have ever seen in my life. My name is Courtney Holland. I'm a conservative activist out of Nevada. And I'm a proud Nevadan here to tell you that Nevada is MAGA country. This election was stolen from us. It is critical to the world that they see what happened in Nevada and across this country with how the Democrats have stolen this election. We here are out here today from all around the country to demand transparency. We want a free, fair, transparent election. And we want to stop the steal, am I right? All right. For 5 days out in Nevada, I helped lead hundreds of Nevadans standing in front of the Clark County Election Department. We are fired up. And we saw this happen in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Georgia, in Arizona, because we want to be loud. I ask you all, we can no longer be the silent majority. We need to be the loud majority. Transparency should not be political. We are here to fight for every person's vote. I don't care if you're a Democrat, a Libertarian, an Independent, or a Republican. All of your votes matter. All of your votes matter. Every time an illegal ballot is cast, it silences one of your voices out there. And what we are witnessing today is a modern-day coup to take over this country. We cannot let that happen. So I have a call to action for all of you. This does not end today. Am I right? Are you going to go back home and are you going to fight? All right. Our president fought for us for 4 years. So I ask you this. Are you ready to fight for your president? All right. Stop the steal! 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 Woo! Thank you, everybody! Keep it up! All right, everybody, are you loving all these speakers? Have you been seeing the helicopter fly around? Do you think they are ignoring us? Because what do we want? 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
What's up, Washington, D.C.? My name is Mike Kudre. I am a conservative activist from Las Vegas. Along with Courtney and Megan, we were leading the protest, the Stop the Steal protests out there. And it's incredible to see all these people here today. At the end of the day, the one thing that we want is a fair and honest and open election. We will not allow this to be stolen from the people of this country. There is no way that they can just find 200,000 votes overnight. All of them go to Biden, and it all is in the key swing states that Trump needs to secure the presidency. We've got major problems with the election infrastructure in this country, and they need to be fixed and the votes need to be audited, not just recounted. They need to be audited. We need to audit the votes to make sure every vote is legal and valid. Trump is an absolute warrior, okay? He is a fighter. He fights everything they throw at him. He fought off the Russia hoax. He fought off all the media slander. He even got COVID and kicked COVID in its ass. And we will be the same, and we will fight for our president. He is the legitimate president. We will not allow this election to be stolen, and we will be out, and we will fight, and we will make our voices heard. Thank you guys so much for being out here. I love you all. How's everybody doing? This is beautiful. Can we do a chant? All right, I love y'all. Stop the steal! 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 Those are my people. My name is Ollie Alexander. I'm the national organizer for Stop the Steal. Thank you. How many of y'all were at your state capitol last weekend? There were 30,250. Right now at all 50 state capitals, there's more, and we got tens of thousands coming into town here. We're going to make our voices heard, and we're going to protect this president by stopping the steal. Now look, these other guys, they're fiery speakers. I'm more of an organizer. December 14th is the date that we all need to remember. Next week, we're going to start lobbying the state legislature of Pennsylvania, of Wisconsin, of Michigan, of Arizona, and Georgia. And we're going to tell them to ignore the rigged elections and send Republican electors to the Electoral College. Or we're going to deprive both candidates of 270. Then we'll send it to the House of Representatives where Donald J. Trump will win. Trump won. 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 Let's terrify this town.
Let me fix this for a second. Hello, everyone. These are indeed interesting times. Many would label me because where I come from and because of how I look. But there's a label I dislike the most: minority. A word used to imply some people are not capable to succeed for themselves. But no, that is not me. I was not raised to inspire pity from anyone but the owner of my destiny. I am part of the majority. I am an American. The United States is the best country in the world to succeed. That was clear to me even before the thought of immigrating to the great nation crossed my mind. I believe President Trump holds dearly, not only in words, but in actions. He's a president that provides the necessary tools to build the American future on solid grounds. Because he knows that just hope may only build a future on loose sand. President Trump knows that our nation's strength comes with the understanding that we must put America first together. President Trump fight for us. It's time to fight for him.
election evoked many memories from voting days in my home country, Venezuela. Hearing in the United States the same garbage socialists sold to Venezuelans was unbelievable. Seeing people destroy their communities was heartbreaking, but politicians in action to protect their constituents was infuriating. From experience, I can tell you that such socialist ideas and destruction will not just hurt some people, it will get closer to you, to everyone's doorstep. It will take the last block received from President Trump and will clean your tears with hope. We have a long way, and we have a long and bumpy journey ahead of us. We all, and I mean Democrats, Independents, Republicans, and even those who were too young to vote this time, need to demand a clear election.
Yes, yes.
Thus, using all legal procedures to guarantee the election's integrity is the right thing to do. Let's remember that the constitutional process determines the next president, not the biased mainstream media. Let this be an awakening of citizens who are more politically active. Participate in town halls, meet their legislators to discuss community issues, and keep them accountable. Together, we'll make sure that we preserve the American dream and keep socialism away. By the way, I'm a gun owner, proud Second Amendment advocate, competitive shooter, and Olympian. No minority here. Too strong for that. This is a country in which the people are the owners of our destiny, aren't we? We refuse to be the beggars of the government, don't we? We're eager to protect, preserve, and defend our Constitution, especially our Second Amendment, aren't we? And we demand those who interfere in our election system receive the full force of the law, don't we? Oh, America, the land of the free and home of the brave. I was not born here, but God is my witness that I feel you through my veins, because here is where true freedom exists and dreams are conquered. Thank you. God bless our president. Let's keep America great, stop the steal, and God bless America.
You guys are awesome. 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 I'm from Arizona. I do not need a plane to fly back with the enthusiasm and energy that is coming off you. Keep it up. Keep it up. We want one simple thing. What's that? 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Let me get serious for a second. Last week, the Senate President in the state of Arizona, by the way, I'm State Senator Vince Leach, for whatever that's worth. Last week, our Senate President in Arizona sent our Secretary of State, a Democrat, and said, let's have free, independent inspection of the polls. She said, no. No. In fact, we found out that in 2017, she said, you all and I are neo-Nazis for supporting Donald J. Trump. My message to you this afternoon is very, very simple. We have, in Arizona, 11 electoral votes. And Madam Chair, wherever you are back there, Arizona is ready to cast 11 electoral votes for the next President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. It's time that each one of us, no matter where we're from, what corner of the country, go home and fight for Donald J. Trump. God bless you. God bless Donald J. Trump. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone! Hey! My name is Tracy Beans. I'm an independent investigative journalist and the editor-in-chief of UncoverDC.com. We do actual journalism. The fake news is the enemy of the people. The reason why there's such a divide in this country is because the media has lied to people for decades. You all saw through the bull, and you're here to support elections with integrity and our president for 4 more years. The media is supposed to be the 5th estate that brings you information so you can make informed decisions. That's gone by the wayside. So independent journalists are coming back to make the media likable again. Support your independent journalists. Support the president and his family. Support transparency and integrity in our elections. God bless all of you, and God bless the United States of America.
CNN sucks. CNN sucks. CNN sucks. CNN sucks. CNN sucks. Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. How bad is Fox News now? What the hell happened? What the hell happened? What a disgrace. They're the enemy of the people, and I have a message for the enemy of the people, the fake news media. You do not decide who the President of the United States is. We the people do. So we're watching Fox News. I'm with some friends. Charlie Kirk, you guys like Charlie Kirk? So we're watching the election results come in. We're up big in Wisconsin. We're up big in Michigan. We're up big in Pennsylvania. Where everybody's so happy we're going to win. Trump goes on TV, he declares victory because he rightfully won. And then everybody goes to sleep. And then what happens? Then the cheating started, right? And the fraud started. They started finding hundreds of thousands of ballots in the dead of night when everybody's sleeping. Do you guys believe the results of this election so far? Do not give an inch. The media, the left, and the establishment Republicans are expecting you to get tired. Are you going to get tired? We're going to fight for President Trump every single day because he spent 4 years fighting for us. We will not get tired. We will not be silent. We will be out here every single day all over the country until we stop the greatest scam in the history of our nation. This should not happen in the United States of America. We are the most successful country in the history of the world. And there's a software from hell called Dominion. Have you noticed that the Dominion glitches only glitch in one direction? They never find hundreds of thousands of ballots for Donald J. Trump. It's only for Joe Biden.
and we're never going to accept Joe Biden as the President of the United States. Hunter Biden should be in jail. Lock him up! 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 We are not letting that crackhead and that pedophile in our house. God bless you. God bless President Trump. And God bless the United States of America. Let's win this.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bianca Gracia, the president of the Latinos for Trump organization. Also, the Brexit Texas state director. Let me tell you, everybody's wondering what happened down in Texas in the border. We are what happened. The Democrats are pissed off, and since 2016, I vowed to get double those numbers from 29%, and I said, I'm going to get the president 50 to 60% of the Hispanic Latino vote. We built an army, and that's exactly what we did. As goes Texas, goes the nation. Beto, you ain't coming and taking nothing, buddy. We are Benjamin. We are Benjamins and we are Deborahs. And let me tell you something, we are armored up. Let me tell you, our heritage was at the Battle of San Jacinto, was at the Battle of the Alamo. Mexicans were the first to get the Medal of Honor. And if you think that we're going to stop fighting now for our freedom and liberty, you got something coming. 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! And I just have one more message for you, Mr. President Donald J. Trump. Latinos for Trump. Hashtag we are woke and hashtag we are the storm. All right, stop the steal. 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 Thank y'all so much. Our organization is united with people from Brexit, like Jesse Holguin. We made it a point to make sure that the Brexit or Latinos are exiting the Democrat Party. You do not own us. We are God-loving people. We are family-oriented, and we will die for this country. Get ready, Latinos for Trump! Thank y'all, and God bless you, and God bless this United States of America, and God bless Donald J. Trump.
How are you guys doing today? Good morning, America, guys. Let's make one thing clear to the media here. It is not Joe Biden who's the president of the United States. They don't decide that. We decide that. Every single person here, the media doesn't tell us who the president is. CNN doesn't tell us who the president is. We decide who the president of these United States is, and we have decided that Donald J. Trump is our president. He's our president. He's our president. There will be 4 more years of this president. Just a week ago, I was proud to cast the first ballot of my life for this president. And I will not allow that vote to be stolen. I will not allow them, through their nefarious tactics, to steal this election away from the American people. Because if we let them do it again, if we let them do it now, they'll do it 4 years from now. They'll do it again and again and again. We will lose our country. We will lose our democracy. But what they do not realize is that we are here and we will stand up and fight. Every single one of you. We are in this for the long haul. We are not going to roll over and allow our country to be taken away from us. We're not going to allow our country to be stolen away from us. What they thought is they thought we didn't exist. But if you look around, you see the person next to you, and I see the people all the way back there today. Guess what, guys? We do indeed exist. We exist. We exist. Donald Trump didn't need dead people voting for him because he had every single one of you. Every single one of you. This election, the stakes cannot be overstated. We are in a battle for our country's foundational values. We are again at that point that Reagan once talked about it. We are in a time of choosing, where we must decide what type of nation we will be. Will we be a nation of lawlessness and open borders, or will we be a nation of law and order? A nation where the American people are put first, where we are still able to say, God bless America. That is the country I want to live in. That is the country that I love. That is the country that I adore. And that is the country that we are out here today to fight for, to protect, and to defend. And we will win. We will win. They think they've got us going. They think they've got us down. But what they have underestimated in this fight is the heart and dedication and the love for our country we have. America is the greatest nation in the world, but it is made great by the continued activism, the continued work and perseverance of patriots like yourself. And what they realize that we are not taking any off days. The fight is just beginning, and we are in the game for the long haul. We will make America great again. We will keep America great. And Donald Trump will be the president of these United States for 4 more years. Thank you.
What's up, Stop the Steal? My name is Daniel Bostic. I have a message for these media people who are sort of infiltrating our ranks. And the message is this: we are the majority. Back in 2018, I helped Ali Alexander launch Stop the Steal in Broward County, Florida. And there was something interesting that happened in Broward, because after the 2018 midterms, we noticed that days after the election, the results started changing. Magically, new votes were found all over Broward County, Florida. We were getting reports of ballot boxes being found in rental cars, in gyms, in shopping malls. And so what we did was we descended on Broward County, Florida with a friend of mine named Laura Loomer. Maybe you've heard of her. And let me tell you something. When those corrupt election officials saw Laura Loomer roll up with a megaphone, you could feel the wave of fear. But it wasn't just us. We had an entire army of patriots behind us. We were just a small piece of a greater team. Brave patriots in Florida stepped up, they showed up, they protested, and we held our election officials accountable. They knew that we were outside and that we were watching every single thing they did. We did it because we realized that we had to bypass the mainstream media, that we can't rely on technology or social media anymore, that we need bodies in the streets to demand fair, free, and open elections. They can't ignore us anymore. Thank you guys so much for being here, and the best is yet to come.
Welcome. Look at this beautiful day that God has given us. He is shining down on us because we are righteous. I want to introduce you. I'm Alex Phillips. I'm the president of American Priority. This is the vice president of American Priority, Katja Lee. Executive vice president, Tom Chatelain. American Priority's primary mission is to protect and defend free speech. Defending our rights in words and actions is our most precious right under the Constitution. The left and big tech, and of course the corporate media, have tried to stifle us. They've tried to marginalize us. They call us names and they give us labels to create division. division amongst us. But we ignore them and we hold on to our own. We have stood by our values and beliefs. They use technology to censor us with labels and phony fact checkers. But we wear those badges of honor because we are fighting a righteous mission. We have been tolerant to all they've tried to do to deprive us of our rights as Americans because we know better. Now they are censoring our president. They are censoring the truth about our election. They are trying to gaslight us into believing something we know is not true. Freedom of speech to vote for our leaders should not be trifled with. We are standing our ground. We are no longer going to allow injustice in our lives. It is time for our leaders to know that the line is drawn here and they should cross no further. Our leaders need to understand that we give them the privilege to lead us. And without us supporting them, they are nothing. We stand for equal rights, equal justice under the Constitution. We stand for free speech under the Constitution. President Trump fights for us every day. President Trump fights for law and order. President Trump fights for the Constitution because that makes us all equal under the law. Today we stand in support of our true president, President Donald J. Trump.
Patriots, let me hear you say, Trump! Trump! The president is not far away. I want him to hear all of us say that we have his back. They tell us we can't worship God. I say, screw that! We are here. We are not going anywhere. Mr. President, we have your back, and we will never surrender! I want to introduce the most amazing woman in the world, Concha Lee. Get over here, girl.
Hi, everyone. Listen, we are so excited to be here. I just want to say a special thanks to Amy Kramer and Kylie Kramer and all the different coalitions of people that came together to make this possible. I want to thank you because without you, none of this would be happening. Thank you so much. And I want to close by doing a chant that means a lot to me because divided is what they want, but we are one. We are one. We are one.
All right, guys, we are alongside the street right here in front of Trump International Hotel, and I can't think of a better site, Brick Suit, to be right now. And of course, we have seen thousands and thousands of people walk by us, and I tried to tens of thousands, and I tried to come up with an idea like this. If I was sitting outside AT&T Stadium that holds about 90,000 plus some on the floor, 100,000, I think we've easily seen 100,000 people walk by.
And that's just the people who walk by right here in front of Trump International, but they're coming in from side streets down the way. We can see them coming in towards the Capitol, coming in from the north, meeting up here in Pennsylvania and heading to the Supreme Court. So it's going to be interesting to try and estimate crowd size here. We're at one point, we've only seen what's coming in front of us.
And I have to give homage to President Trump. Because President Trump brought national attention to the city of Baltimore. And I saw while everybody else was pointing the finger and they were blaming and they were scapegoating, but nobody was taking action. And I said, I'm going to the city of Baltimore. And in one day, we picked up 12 tons of trash in 12 hours. And afterwards, I went home to my mom. I was like, Ma, I'm really good at picking up trash. Her heart swelled with pride, as you imagine. And the reason why I bring up this story is because I want you to realize what we're doing here. You are the people taking action. You aren't pointing the finger. You aren't scapegoating. You aren't blaming. You are here. And after Baltimore, I didn't stop. I went to Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, Duquesne, Detroit, Houston, Los Angeles, Kenosha, Milwaukee, Miami, Portland, Pittsburgh, Philly. And I was even protested for picking up trash in San Francisco, California. Well, Nancy Pelosi, hear us now. I want people to know that this is not just a Trump rally. This is a truth rally. And to speak the truth is an act of love. And I want you to realize that that is what this movement is about. This is a movement based on love. And I want you guys to know, I feel this within my bones, within my spirit, from the top of my head to the tips of my toes. And I promise you, as I stand before you, I'm not giving up.
Never!
I will fight peacefully. I will give everything I have to fight for truth and justice, because freedom is worth fighting for.
Yes!
And I'm so glad you're here, but don't let this be the only time that you take action. When you go home, you're gonna call your state legislators and your congressmen, and you are gonna demand an audit of the vote in every single state. And I make one last promise to you. We are going to march to the Supreme Court, and after I am done with you here in D.C., I am going to Georgia, and we are going to hold the Senate. I want you guys to know that you have changed my life. I'm deeply grateful, I'm deeply humbled, and I'm deeply honored. And I look forward to remaining in this fight with you. And President Trump, we have your back!
Okay. Who's glad to be at this rally? We'll accommodate, right? All right. TrumpMarch.com. This is Jennifer Holtzy. I'm with Women for America First. We're so glad to have you today. Woo! And you talk about Georgia. We've got a great lady here today to talk to you about what she's going to do for the United States of America and the great state of Georgia. Congresswoman-elect Marjorie Taylor Greene. I am so proud to be here with all of you. God bless America. God bless every single one of you for coming out today, standing up for President Trump, standing up for America, and fighting for our freedoms. My name is Marjorie Taylor Greene. I am Congresswoman-elect from Georgia's 14th District.
All right, guys, that was Scott Presler. Of course, we met up with him in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania not too long ago, kind of getting things started there. But we're back here in front of the Trump International Hotel as thousands and thousands of people, brick suit, have walked by us. And I tell you right now, you're the most recognized, outside of Donald Trump right now, you might be the most recognizable man here.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, I had, from going to rallies and having been lucky enough to be in the right place and called up on stage a few times, I was already recognizable, and now I, merge that with the love for RSBN, and there's a lot of people,
It is incredible,
us.
Absolutely, and of course, with all the developments over the last couple of weeks with the election, it's more important that you support outlets like Right Side Broadcasting, because we are viewer supported by you. So go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. We need donations. Really report what's going on, and that is the number one thing people tell us when they walk by. Thank you for sharing the truth.
Absolutely, and today it's not just, if you've been watching the coverage, we have multiple teams here. We've got 4 cameramen, we've got 3 crews, we've got 9 correspondents. We're trying our best to bring you as much of this rally as we can and in as organized a fashion as we can, but the rally itself, let's say it's not a model of organization, as you might expect when you put it together in less than a week, but they've done a great job of getting the word out, of telling patriots to come here, to stop the steal, and encouraging everybody to be at state capitals across America. And really, we need people to get out there, form your own rallies in your own group, in your own hometown. Wherever you were waving Trump flags on a corner prior to election, get out and start doing that again. Show the president that we're behind him and that we're rallying for him.
And earlier we saw Alex Jones. I think he kind of broke away from the crowd a little earlier than expected, and that's what really sent people down Pennsylvania Avenue. I think what we're seeing now is the crowd that was back away from the stage the whole entire time. So that's what we're seeing now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think Alex Jones walked by here maybe 10 minutes after 12, and I think some people, you're absolutely right, split and followed him because there's not really like a great schedule that was put out for everybody. We know the speakers have gone on from there, and we want to show everybody the speakers. So while we've been here, many people have been walking on Pennsylvania Avenue behind us. We believe the speakers are now done, and that the official events at Freedom Plaza, because there will be many unofficial ones, but the official events at Freedom Plaza to our right are now done. People are now walking to our left, to the east down Pennsylvania Boulevard, and we'll soon get to Constitution Avenue, I believe, and then from there to the Supreme Court.
I would imagine they're already at the Supreme Court at this point. I want to bring this gentleman right here. We love meeting people. First name, where are you from?
I'm Tom Lutz. I'm from Haymarket, Virginia, sir.
Okay, what brings you today?
I love Trump. I love what he's done for our country. He's a great man. I follow him. He's awesome. Thank you.
That they would crush America and destroy
It's awesome.
Trump.
Great energy.
Chinese agent Joe Biden is able to get in there, he will put America under permanent lockdown, siege, until we're brought to our knees. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump, by every metric, won this election. And that's why the corporate media, including Fox News, will not let anybody on to show the proven fraud in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in Arizona, in Georgia, in Nevada, and in Minnesota. President Trump won by an even bigger margin, and the evidence of fraud is flooding out. And now big tech that's allied with Communist China is even suppressing people's text messages because the criminals are scared of you. The truest thing President Trump ever said was, they're not coming after me, they're coming after you. And the globalists know there's been a populist revolution worldwide. They know from Brazil to the UK there's a huge awakening. And they know from Africa to Canada, from Russia to Japan, there is an amazing awakening all over the world as free humanity dreams of a better future, not under Bill Gates and the New World Order. So I want to salute, and I want to thank, and I want to tell you all, you're incredible. The D.C. police are believing there's upwards of 100,000 people lined all the way back from where we came from. And more are coming, and this is just the beginning, because no matter what happens with Trump, it's 1776 time.
1776. 1776. 1776. 1776. 1776. Death to the New World Order, death to tyranny, and life to America and our unborn children. The pedophile globalist and their attempted election steal and the Clinton blackmail rings have only summoned the sleeping giant that is America. And you are the tip of the spear. From all over this great land, old, young, male, female, black, white, gay, straight, you want the American dream, you're not letting the globalists take it, and we're unified in our love of America, our love of God, our love of President Trump, and our love of our shared vision and our red blood. We are unified by our spirit that God made and our connection to the Creator and the universe and our children. And we are unified. And this is the genesis point of the new revolution of information. The Satanist pedophiles that the Democrats represent knew the world awakening was here. And so you're seeing right now their desperate operation against humanity. And make no mistake, they control the corporations. They control Hollywood. They control the blue cities and blue states and other governments. And they're going to stay locked down until you all go on welfare, until you all get a guaranteed universal income so they can force you to waive your rights to be forcibly inoculated. Biden's head of his new COVID task force, Biden the fake president, says kill old people at 75. That's Ezekiel Emanuel. And Ezekiel Emanuel says, make people that get food stamps take Bill Gates' deadly vaccine. That violates the Geneva Convention. That violates the Nuremberg Code. And when you do it, you're coming at the American people with violence, and the American people have a right and a duty to resist by any means necessary. So like I told them in Dallas in a speech I gave 12 years ago, I don't know how all this fight's going to end, but if the New World Order wants a fight, you better believe they've got one. Despite all their censorship, despite all their intimidation, despite all their attacks, despite all their lies trying to divide us, we are together and we are strong and we are unified and we are going to win. Trump is our president. 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 You here today are at the second July 4th, 1776. You know what this day is? Saturday, November 14th, 2020 will be celebrated for hundreds of years as the Second American Revolution. We declare independence against the UN. We declare independence from the Communist Chinese. We declare independence from the enemy of America, CNN. And we declare independence from that Communist Chinese agent, Joe Biden, and his demonic pedophile family. And we tell them, we believe in peace, but we are bringing you the war of information. And if you then attempt to shut our speech down and attack us, we will defend ourselves. Freedom! 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 wonderful day that God has appointed for the Second American Revolution to commence. I just want you all to look at yourselves and at your soul and realize how amazing it is that you made the trek here, and that your spirit and what you've ignited here will turn the tide against these degenerate globalists, and this is the beginning of the end of their new world order. Even if, God forbid, they kill President Trump or set up a false flag or steal this election, America is awake now, and America gets how serious the situation is, and America is rising. USA! 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 All of you that came here today, whether you be male, female, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, old, young, you are all as great as an American as George Washington was, because you have the spirit of liberty burning in your soul. And I can feel that incredible energy today. And I can only tell you this: things are going to get rough. Things are going to get tough. But if we expose the globalists being behind the COVID-19 bioweapon attack, and the media chicken little fear, and Fauci and Gates running the Wuhan lab that's on record, they are so scared of that. And if we simply expose that, they're going to have to back down and stop. But because they're running asymmetrical, untraditional, psychological war on us, they're able to hide the shadows. But we're here to call out not just Joe Biden, their puppet, but Bill Gates, Fauci, Obama, the Clintons, the Chi-Coms, the EU. We know the COVID-19 lockdown is a siege operation to bankrupt us, and that China's open for business. And we know the Democrats call it a lockdown because that's what you do in a prison. Well, we're not prisoners on the Democrat plantation anymore. We're off the Democrat plantation and we're free. USA! 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 Now, that's right, all these globalist Democrat mayors that are locking us down, from California to New York to Michigan to Pennsylvania, all of them are enemies and the equivalent of Nazis, and they are to be overthrown. The Supreme Court of Michigan openly said that this was tyrannical and that the governor had become a dictator. These people are sick, and it's time to tell them that we are not submitting to them anymore. Now, here's the most important thing to understand. We must not submit. We must get in these people's faces every day. And the minions they've scared, we've got to educate them about what's happening. America is under attack. The globalists are making their move against us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, is just the beginning of turning the tide. We should all pray for President Trump, and I'm going to say a brief prayer and I'm done. Our Heavenly Father, we are very thankful for those that you've touched their heart to be here today, and we see your spirit moving across the land, and we thank you for your divine inspiration. We thank you for your guidance as you lead, guide, and direct us, and we pray, oh Heavenly Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, to heal our land and to put a hedge of protection up around President Trump and to protect the whistleblowers and to have their news come out and the people be awakened. And we thank you, God, for the human spirit that shines so bright across the world, but so very bright in America. And we commend you, God, for everything you've done, and thank you and ask you to give us your blessing and help us move forward against this evil. And we ask you to continue to bless our nation, and we absolutely commit to you on your holy altar to never submit to Satan and these globalist pedophiles, and we will defeat their new world order. Amen. USA! 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 We have only begun to fight. 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 I salute you all. Got some more great speakers. God bless you and keep up the fight. History happened here today.
Give it up for Alex Jones, everybody! I'm just gonna say one thing here real quick. I'm gonna do what the media is afraid to do because they're all cowards. And right here today, in front of the Supreme Court, I declare that Donald J. Trump won re-election in 2020! 4 more years! 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 Woo! All right, listen, guys. I know you guys had made a path for me before. If we could try to recreate that for the speakers, and if we could everybody just take one half a step back so we have a little space on the stage to move people through, that would be greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. It's amazing how easy it is to work with you guys. Listen, look how beautiful this crowd is. Whoa!
I want to thank you guys so much for coming out here today. This is we, the people, and we are not going to allow them to do this funny business with our elections. We are here. Women for America First has put on this amazing March for Trump to demand transparency and election integrity. We are all here because we love our country and our Constitution. We are a peaceful crowd. This is a movement based on love. And we sure as heck love our country. And we love President Donald J. Trump. So I need you guys, if you like this event and are proud to be here, I need you to go to TrumpMarch.com and support our efforts because we were able to pull this off in less than 5 days, which is unheard of. And you know why we could do it? Because of we the people. We were not going to just idly sit back and watch them declare Joe Biden our next president. Because you know what the American people know? The American people know that the media does not declare an election. No states' votes have been certified, and we will not stop fighting, and President Donald J. Trump is a fighter, and he is going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court. And that's why we started the first part of the march at Freedom Plaza and came here to the United States Supreme Court. And how about that new justice we have? ACB! 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 And you know what? She is proof that the left just doesn't like you if you don't fit their mold, because she is proof that you can have it all. She's the first justice with young school-age children. She is a brilliant mind, and she is going to have our conservative values represented on the United States Supreme Court. So I need you guys to make sure that everybody knows one of President Donald J. Trump's greatest accomplishments is the justices, 3 Supreme Court
I've heard there's 2 million of us here. What do you guys think? Now we have an incredible lineup of speakers. Now we're still waiting for some of the people who are at the Freedom Plaza to come back. So bear with us for a minute. We're going to start the program in just a minute. We're going to try to get a little music going if we can. But in the meantime, Trump, 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 Trump. I pledge allegiance of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You guys sing the national anthem?
Hi guys, my name is Libby. I'm with Brightside Broadcasting. We're here broadcasting. And we're just going to sing the national anthem real quick. Can you hear me, everyone? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Okay, so something I want to say
All right,
really
well, you
quick.
just heard it here from the Supreme Court of the United States. Our very own Libby Krieger doing the national anthem on stage. So, congrats to Libby. That was huge. She did such a good job. She sounded fantastic when she was doing it. Here she is. She's actually coming over right now. Libby, how was that?
That was really, my adrenaline is just going crazy right now. We told them earlier that I would be happy to do that if they had no one else planned, and then I didn't think it was going to happen, and they suddenly called me up on stage just about a minute ago. So that was really, really exciting. I'm glad you guys all got to see that too. So I think we're having some more. Are we having more speakers here
And now
in just
it's
a
our
minute?
time to stand up, demand transparency, and protect our election process.
Are we talking? Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's pretty much made their way from Freedom Plaza down towards the Supreme Court. It started down in Freedom Plaza, which is a little closer to the White House than the Supreme Court is. This is down near the Capitol building, and so
the hardest working and greatest president ever.
Donations. So.
There is no
real quick, everybody's made their way here. We're here. We're 100% viewer funded, like I've said before, and it's all because of you that we're able to do this. This is why we're the only media company here. There's nobody else around here besides some photographers and some little video cameras, but there's really no other network here besides us who's showing the crowds, and that's only possible through your generosity. So thank you so much. There's a few ways of doing that. How can they do it, Libby?
We have an
Okay, so first of all, if you're watching on our YouTube live stream, you can just donate in the YouTube Super Chat right there. We love reading those later. We might get on and read some of those messages. If you leave us a nice message there, we really appreciate that. Second way you can donate is go to our website at www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can also leave us a message there. We love watching those come in and reading those messages. And third way, if you don't like doing it over the computer, you can just send us a check in the mail. That address is 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Again, that address is 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. And we are the only media outlet here right now, and we want to be the alternative, because I know right now a lot of us thought Fox News was different from the mainstream media like CNN, but this election cycle we found out that truly was not the case. So we want to be that alternative for you as you're looking for different sources of news. So we're really just trying to do that, and if you're helping us do that, we really appreciate that.
Donald Trump stood up to the Republican
and also, we're one of the only patriotic media ever. We are out here with these patriots in the middle. So again, we just really appreciate all the donations because we couldn't do this without you guys.
On every single
So it looks like we have some more speakers coming up here. I see Representative Louis Gohmert was here as well. Representative Louis Gohmert, we interviewed actually in Philadelphia a few days ago. First District of Texas, he's here. I think he might be speaking in a little bit. But as we're here in front of the Supreme Court, I think it's so important to realize the power that the Supreme Court has, especially with the stakes that if, let's say, the Senate goes to the Democrats, if they somehow get those 2 seats in Georgia, and they have a Biden in the White House, that means they have the House, the Senate, and the presidency, which is really scary because they might try to pack the courts, and the integrity of our courts then are up for question. And they put all these leftist judicial activists on the court. And it'd be really hard to ever preserve our nation, I think, after that. So that's at stake here, and that's really scary to know. And also just what is at stake with our election integrity with this. If we allow possible fraud to dictate the outcome of our election, how can we ever expect to have fair and free elections where the people are actually deciding in the future? I think that's really concerning. What do you think about the election integrity?
Enjoy each other, enjoy this.
I think election integrity is one of the most important things, if nothing else comes out of this. But ensuring that we have a fair election is a huge part of what our democracy is going to look like moving forward. We're a democratic republic, and I tweeted the other day, I said that we're a democratic republic, not the banana republic. So we really need to get control of how our voting systems are managed and who's in control of them. And it will definitely provide for a better, safer America moving forward, because if they can rig this election, they'll be able to rig any election moving forward once they're in power, and we do not want that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're silent now, we can't expect anything to change in the future if we're not standing up for what is right in the laws of this country now.
I tell you,
something that I thought was interesting, Philip, I'd love to hear your opinion on this, is that
together in one place.
Looks like we have a speaker over there, so we're going to cut over there.
Now we got to stand behind our president, right? Donald J. Trump. Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm a very spiritual woman. And I knew 4 years ago the Lord laid me down in a dream. And in that dream, he showed me the president. And after 8 years of that foolishness, because we all know the enemy is the author of confusion, right? I said, you know what? I got to get behind the president. Something was wrong. Everybody was attacking our president. And I found that very problematic. So I went on a 12-day fast. And I sought the Holy Spirit. And I began to stand in the gap for our president. And I'm going to tell you something. I want you all to be encouraged, right? It might be a dark time right now, but know that God is in the midst of the plan. We got to trust the plan. It don't matter what it looks like and keep the faith. Because our faith is being tested, that's all. That's all it is. But I'm going to tell you something, we almost there. We are almost there. And I promise you, my sisters and brothers, because all of you are my sisters and brothers, victory will be ours. Come on. Trump 2020 and no weapon formed against Trump and the Patriots shall prosper.
But again, we just want to tell you, we are the out here that we have seen today. In the mainstream media, you know, they are not going to give you a fair shot. And we thought Fox News, I've said this before, we thought they were more conservative. We thought they would stand behind the president more, and clearly that is not the case. So the 3 ways you can donate to us, because
All right, guys, we are standing right in the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue, and we couldn't be more excited. And I was just going to tell you before we got this call that we were up, is that did you ever imagine this many people would show up? I know that you say it's 1 million people, and you kind of go, okay, 1 million people, but my goodness, look at the crowd, look at
for sure.
Yeah, we want to thank all of our viewers. Of course, we are viewer supported, so go to rsbnetwork.com/donate so we can keep gathering all these news elements as we've covered the rallies, but now it's really a post-election coverage, and we kind of need your help with that, so please donate what you can. Plus, we have a wonderful partner today, Mike Lindell, who doesn't like that guy, and My Pillow, and of course, we've got some great offers for you right now at home.
Yes, we know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of bed. And with Christmas right around the corner, now's the perfect time to check out one of our favorite Patriot-owned businesses, and that's MyPillow.com. So visit MyPillow.com, stock up on gifts for yourself and all your loved ones. Now, MyPillow guarantees ultimate relaxation with a wide variety of items to choose from. They've got ultra plush towels, they've even got dog beds, things for your pets, memory foam mattress toppers, and of course, those new great sheets with the Giza cotton. That's that fabulous cotton from Egypt. They've got those as well. So check all their inventory online at www.mypillow.com. That's www.mypillow.com. And when you check out, use code RSBN. That's code RSBN for up to 66% off your order. So that's 66% off your order with code RSBN at www.mypillow.com. This is one of their hugest discounts ever. And so make sure that you are able to take advantage of it while it lasts. Yeah, and we thank them for being our partner.
Yeah, because without them, let's be honest, Brick Suit, this doesn't exist, and with the viewers as well. But we're here. You've seen the speakers, you've seen the people, you've seen the love. We were just in the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue and whatever the cross street here is in front of Trump International Hotel, and we have just been bombed by love and support from our viewers. Of course, with the suit, everyone recognizes you. But Zoe, what does it feel like to work for Right Side and receive so much admiration for what we do?
Well, Brian, I'm honored. I'm honored, and there's no words to explain the amount of, the feeling, I should say, the feeling that I have being out here and amongst all of these American patriots. You know, this is what matters here in America, us coming together in unity, standing up for our rights, and standing up again for someone who's wanting to keep America free. Yeah. I want to also shout out a lot of the people that are in the live chat right now and donations coming through as well. Seems we here, Stephen, he says, does the tree of liberty need watering? Question mark. Thank you for your donation. Yeah. Thank you for your donation. We have Mr. J. He sends a donation as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all support. Mark, he says, welcome. Thank you, MAGA 2020. Thank you so much for that. Claire Larson, thank you for your donation. And of course, if you guys have any questions for us, of course, we're out here seeing what's going on. If you guys want to get any specific shots, let us know. We'll try our best to get that happening for you all. We have a donation from Peggy Brown. Peggy Brown, thank you so much for that. We have Lynn Winters. She says MAGA 2020, Trump 2020. And she's giving a shout out from California. We have another donation here from another member as well, or another Raymond Champion. He said, we will not obey orders to impose martial law or a state of emergency on a state or to enter in with force into a state without the express consent and invitation of that state's legislature and governor. Thank you so much for that as well. So I see you guys in here, of course.
We see you.
It up. Yep.
We see you.
In spirit and soul here as well.
There you go. So, I see a good friend of mine. I want to bring this gentleman in right now. This is Henry Davis. I met you several years ago, and of course, you became internet famous. You've been on Fox News. You've been on Bill O'Reilly. You've been on Hannity. You've been on all these programs, because I think from the very start, you were really intricate of getting the African American population behind this president. What is it about President Trump that you love so much?
His integrity. I love his integrity. I love the way he speaks his mind. He's just like me. He don't hold back. He's not afraid to say what's really on his mind, and he's the greatest thing, in my opinion, that ever happened to black people as far as presidents are concerned.
And you've walked in the inner cities, and you've called out other politicians for not reinvesting in the inner city, and you've done a lot of work to get attention on areas that need the money.
Yeah, what we've done is I've worked with the St. Louis Blight Authority, Bill Pulte, and Jack Dorsey, owner of Twitter. They came to St. Louis, and we knocked down 40 vacant buildings, which people go in, homeless people, some people overdose, and all that type of stuff. We build playgrounds for the neighborhood community. We feed the homeless people. I have a charity called a nonprofit called Conservative Urban Project.
Okay.
But enough about me, Brian. I just want to say that you, dude, I knew you way back, and you were one of the first people to bring me on your show, man. And I just want to say to America and to everybody watching right now, and especially to this network, y'all got a gem right here. Y'all got somebody right here that's true, that's down for what he's a stand-up guy. I love you, man. I really thank you for all that you've done for me and my platform. Yeah. I ain't for the crown national on the network.
You got probably about 1 million people watching this right now.
But Brian, I'm telling y'all, Brian, this dude right here, he's a stand-up guy. I love you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Let's hug it out right here. Let's hug it out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm telling y'all, this is the man right here.
And social media for Henry Davis is what?
Henry Davis. Y'all can follow me on Facebook at Henry Davis. Go on Twitter, Henry Hood Davis. I'm on Parler at Henry Hood Davis. I'm the only black Donald Trump supporter, famous, that's fighting for the hood. I'm the only one, and I stand on that.
Yeah, God bless you,
Thanks,
man.
Brian.
Good work there. Good to
you,
see you.
man.
I love you more. Great seeing you out here.
Go Trump.
Go Trump. Go Trump or die, right? Okay, so we're right here, or cry, or die either at this point. Wow, those are powerful words. And you know what? I've worked with Henry when I was in radio, and he's done so much for the inner cities, and he's fighting for the little guy.
I think, that's when you... It's interesting when you're doing a rally and you're covering a broad scale, but when you're doing something like this and you're able to speak with so many of the supporters who are coming up here, you really see all the little things. I mean, you're coming down from 30,000 feet, you're on the ground floor, you're seeing the level of support for our president, which is really unprecedented, and it's from all walks of life. It's fantastic. President Trump has done so much for so many people because they're all Americans. Yeah. He's not doing it because they're in a group. He's not doing it because they're in a religion. He's not doing it because of their gender or sexual preference. He's doing his best for America, for Americans. And he said that in a recent interview. He was asked to describe his supporters. He said, people love America. He could not be more correct than that. He's completely correct. And as one of his supporters, I can say we echo the sentiment. We love President Trump and we love our country.
I was telling this earlier. I can't think of another president that post-election, I know there's a lot of things that are undecided right now, that 1 million people would show up after an election and say, we love you, Mr. President. That doesn't happen. I'm 51 years old. I've seen a dozen of presidential campaigns. I've never seen that. So if this is any indication what could be happening 4 years from now, my message is this. We come from love, and we love this country. All right, we appreciate this country. A lot of people hate this country, what we stand for. We live by faith, they live by fear. And my message to you Democrats is this. 4 years from now, you better think of another platform to run on, because it's not going to be what your accomplishments were the last 4 years. So I'm telling you, this is going to be a very different country if we don't change it right now than it is 4 years from now.
Yes, and we've seen firsthand in China, communism, how they are rallying even for the liberties and lusting after being an American. They want to come here, they want to be free, but even for them standing up against the government, people have been murdered, I would say, and attacked for doing that. And we're able to come out here and speak freely and state that what's been going on, the criminal activity that's been going on here in government. So I'm really proud of this country.
And I'm proud of the Christian vote that's come out. And back in 2016, about 20 million Christians did not vote in that election. And that was a very crucial vote that we needed this year. And I think it did show up, and we'll see more stats from that. But I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to call him my president. And whatever happens in the next couple of weeks, no matter what happens, this man is not leaving the public sphere of politics and policy in this country. No doubt about it. He may not be in office into January. God willing, he is. But if he's not in office, he's still a part of our culture here, and that's something to think about. Let's step aside here real quick and let you kind of show it. It is starting to clear out a little bit. I would say there's still obviously people making its way from Freedom Park, but my goodness, Zoe, we've probably seen at least 100,000, if not more people here. And of course, Brick Suits over there doing a nice little interview with somebody, which is nice. Hey, everybody knows Brick Suit. Come on now. There, everyone knows Brick Suit. Anyway, we love you so much, and we also just want to give a shout out to our viewers. I mean, you've shared this cast, you've donated, and we appreciate that so much, because without you, we can't be here. And our goal after all of this is, yes, we're there for the rallies. We are the best coverage you can get for the rallies. But let's be honest, post rallies, it's really about getting the news, it's getting the facts, and keeping all of the factual evidence and what's really going on in America first and foremost in front of the American people. So that's what we're trying to do here. It should not be that hard to find the truth. But anyway, we're walking towards the Capitol, kind of a great view in front of us. How many times you get to walk right in the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue? Let's just be honest.
Right, and this is indeed a rare occasion, but of course I'm more than grateful to be a part of this. Just another thing, like looking at all the issues that popped up during this election, one of the issues being color. We're so fixated on the color of our skin rather than what unifies us, and that's us as American citizens, legal American citizens, coming together and identifying the things that we agree on and that make us one, I would say, as a nation. And instead of using our color to cause that separation, which we have already gotten away from that. And of course, us as a nation, yeah, we had our mistakes. We've had the situations that caused, I mean, all of these negative, I would say, outlooks for our nation, but we've overcome that, and we are here today standing up and fighting for our rights, and we want that freedom to continue. So with that, again, the color of our skin does not matter. God sees us as our heart. He does not see us for our skin color, and he does not see us for our titles either. So all of these labels and everything, we want to identify what we need to find our identity in Christ. It starts with us in our heart. And just this time, I mean, it's for me emotional, because this is nothing but the power of God reaching out to the hearts of the American people and people all over the world. Again, his message being preached and bringing these people to basically, I would say, on their knees, praying to God, asking him to restore our country and to keep the left from infiltrating, actually the enemy from infiltrating and taking any sign of God out of this country.
Absolutely. And of course, we got a shirt in front of us that says, Jesus is my Savior, Trump is my President, which is right on. But to your point, this is a battle between good and evil. And it's a spiritual battle that's going on in our country, and we have got to stand up. And like I said earlier, if the cards fall and he's not reelected, that just means, Zoe, we have to double down and go even harder the next 4 years and make sure that we get the truth out, make sure we get people out to vote, and make sure we change. And I said change. We have got to eliminate this mail-in ballot situation, because I think that opened up the door to fraud, a ton of fraud.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And let's not stop at this. Even, of course, God has the final say in all this. Even after 67 days, however many days are left in all this, we still have to continue the momentum. We've all been called to use our voices, our God-given voices, to make sure that these things do not happen here in this country, to be heard, to be seen. And it's important. It's really important. But of course, being at events like this today, and if the rallies up until the election, you know, it's been really inspiring for me, more so. I would say when I lost my contract for modeling, that was really the starting point for me, because it was something that cost me for speaking up and speaking out, and I didn't even think it would have that much of an impact on my life. But here I am today. Also launched a brand, Orange Man Rad rather than Bad, and just showing that representation for our president. But for me, that's something that, because I had to suffer as far as getting something taken away from me that I cherished, because I decided to support our president, I decided to give back in a way and show that, and basically throw it in their faces, like, okay, yeah, I can model my own clothing. I don't have to model for any other brands. Okay, I can start my own brand. So I'm really excited to see what comes from all of this. There's so many talented people out here, so many gifts, and I believe America has a greater future, more blessings to come. So Blake, I see that you were a Brickman. I see that you just caught up with us as well. Yeah, go ahead and share that.
It was a foreign press, right?
Yeah, it was Sky News out of Australia. They actually interviewed me on my trip across America in September. And I was on the rally in PA. So they did a thing for 60 Minutes Australia, where they followed me for a couple days out of Phoenix. And so that's where they recognized me from. And I can tell you, just catching my breath here, I can tell you it was really interesting this season to go from being at rallies to being on news media and something like that, and then actually being on the press risers at a couple rallies where they were right next to us, where Sky News was covering the rally. And so I think I could be the only person that's gone from the rallies to being called on stage to actually be covering the rallies and covering things like this. And I don't know, it's been a very humbling journey. I've learned a lot along the way. So many people have been so gracious, and the opportunity to work with Right Side Broadcasting has been absolutely incredible for me. It's tough for me to talk about it and not get emotional about it, because it's been an opportunity to share my support for President Trump with so many people, with such a great company that is recognized for doing exactly that, for bringing the public the exact support that the president has, and in an unvarnished, direct and live medium. So I'm going to give it back to Brian right now as we approach the Capitol.
Yeah, what a view we're taking a look at right now, and of course I'm starting to see a lot of people, Brick, walking back towards us, and I don't know if that's because they're turning them around and coming back this way.
My guess is that they've realized that they're not going to be able to make it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, many people.
We saw people going this way for at least almost 40 minutes before the rally was officially over. So anybody who stayed at Freedom Plaza and then decided to go to the Supreme Court, there's no way they're making it anywhere near the front. There's no way, they might not even be able to make it. So, I mean, there's people, I think that we're just seeing a bounce back where people have gotten as far as they can get, and they're saying, we're not going to be able to make it, and we're going to turn back. They're not coming back because they don't support the president.
Oh no,
because they don't want to see the venue. I think it's just a matter of. I think
they can't get in.
Yeah, there's just more people here than the event can fit. Now, the spin on that will be there were only X thousands of people at the Supreme Court, and they won't be talking about all the people who left the Supreme Court steps and actually started going back to their cars or back to the hotels, because literally they might have been as far as a mile away, not able to hear anything, let alone see anything.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because earlier President Trump did a drive-by at about 10:30 outside of Freedom Plaza, and did a drive-by, did a little circle U-turn, and we got a little footage of him, and that was a special moment, because that was a moment that I've never seen the president in that format. We see him on stage at a rally. We've seen rally Trump. We have not seen we haven't seen Trump in the car driving around, giving right side, yes sir, best network, what he said.
Well, the only time he did that was at Walter Reed, where while he was in the hospital, he did come out, in the hospital briefly, so he did come out and do that drive. But I never see anything like that, and I have to think that even more so than a Walter Reed, boy, I know that the president wanted to do that. I cannot, in my mind, I'm thinking he had to override some objections from Secret Service. I can't imagine that it was the safest thing for him to do. It certainly was the right thing for him to do. And he had signaled as much the day before on Twitter when he said that he might stop by and visit the people who are coming out for the rally. Yeah. So he knows that we're here for him. And he's right. We are. We love our president.
We love our president, and that's not going to change. From a logistics standpoint, all of our crews are out and about. We've been live since 10 o'clock. Our gear, our batteries are getting a little low. I think we have like 10 minutes left on this battery here. So it's getting really down to the end of the wire here. We're going to say, we're saying goodbye from here for right now. Just kind of looking at my phone, getting the notes here. Let's see what we're doing now. Just trying to get the heads up on everything. I can't read my messages right there. You might want to do that. But we certainly appreciate everyone watching us today. It's been an effort to bring all of this to you. We've got crews spread out all around DC, and you know what? The love and support we've gotten from our viewers today is unbelievable. I want to remind everyone to go to Right Side Broadcasting Network. .com
RSB Network.
Thank you. I'm so tired right now, but I think we've walked 20 miles.
RSBnetwork.com/donate.
There you go. Donate. Yeah, absolutely. And donate what you can. We love bringing this coverage to you, and hopefully you've watched this today, you've shared it with your friends, and enjoyed the coverage as well as we support this president. But the number one thing we need to do right now is pray for our president. There's power in prayer. There's absolutely power in prayer. And I said this earlier, no matter what happens here in another 60 days, this president, Donald J. Trump, is going nowhere in the fabric of our country, and he will lead us down to better times.
We're gonna have to move up the side.
Yeah, because I'll end up in the ambulance here. But anyway, just trying to read the final words, guys. What do we have here?
Well, I'd like to say one thing about while you're talking about us doing different events now. If you've been watching Right Side Broadcasting, you know how well the coverage has evolved from the first days of covering rallies, and we're going to get better at events like this too with your support. So if you keep sending us to these events, we are going to get better and better at it, and we're going to be covering these in ways that the national news media is not, from the start to the beginning, with multiple locations whenever we can, and doing the best job possible, because you're sending us there with that support from yourselves.
Yeah, and like the lady that just said hello, thank you very much. Yeah, because of you, we're Right Side, right? Because of you, that's why we love you so much. Anyway, take a look at that view as we kind of bump away from here. What a beautiful sight, our nation's capital. And we can all just pray at this point that our president remains in office, and that there's better days ahead of us, and that the Lord above is looking over this great nation. From D.C., we'll send it back to the studio.
Hey, Buck, can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture?
We are going to be wrapping our coverage today in Washington, D.C. It was a fun-filled event. We had thousands of people. We had 4 cameras, 9 correspondents, but we are running out of battery life and everything else. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in. And we're also going to hand it over to Liz to tell you about our partner for the day.
Thank you, Mike. As some of you saw earlier, the CEO of MyPillow, Mike Lindell, gave an incredible speech today earlier at the Freedom Plaza at the start of the March for President Trump here today. We want to remind you. MyPillow.com. One of their biggest discount codes to date is code RSBN that you can use at checkout for up to 66% off your order. They have so many products, hundreds of them, ranging from dog beds, memory foam mattress topper, Giza Dream Sheets, pillows, of course, you name it, plush towels. I mean, they have everything. Christmas is right around the corner, and this is the perfect chance and opportunity to grab some great gifts for all your loved ones. Noting that the CEO is a huge Patriot and Trump supporter, and we love to help support other patriots. So again, go to mypillow.com and use code RSBN for up to 66% off your order. A huge discount that we're very happy to have and give to you guys. we are going to just toss it back down. I want to make sure everyone has an opportunity. I know there's a lot of us, but it's been crazy here in D.C. Hi to everyone watching back home. We want to be live as much as possible, but we still have to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to toss it down and let everyone say hey and say goodbye, and we'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah, there were a couple of things that, were out of our control that we try to navigate with. Like we said, we have 9 correspondents out here today, 4 cameramen, and we try to show you all the different angles from the Freedom Plaza to the Supreme Court, to try to interview people, and we try to do our best out here. They don't call it the Million MAGA March for a reason. It's packed. So we were happy to be here. We couldn't be here without you. Physically, we could not be here without you. So again, we thank you, and we have 4 more years. We're going to continue to do our job no matter what the media says, no matter what happens. We're going to be here. You're going to be here with us, and thank you for tuning in with us. And Adrian, last words for you.
Yeah, just keep supporting our president. It doesn't seem like hopeful times right now, but all your enthusiasm and your patriotism and all your support for our network and the Trump and his legal team, that really goes a long way in his fight for a fair election. So thank you all for joining, and I'm going to hand it off to Mike for his final words.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in. You guys are incredible. We are committed to being viewer funded. Viewer funded is the reason why we're able to bring you coverage the way that we have, the way that we're not politically correct. We're able to show you what's actually happening. We're able to tell the truth, and our goal is to supplant Fox News. You guys have seen what Fox News has done. If you want to support the future of independent media that's going to tell the truth and be America first and not be beholden to big corporations or investors, then continue to support us at Right Side Broadcasting. I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in, supporting us throughout this campaign, and we're hopeful for the right outcome, but just stay tuned, and God bless you. God bless President Trump. God bless the United States of America.
Ili kuwa mwanafamilia bora wa Global TV, usisahau kusubscribe, like, kushare na kucomment. Baada ya kusubscribe, bonyeza alama ya kengele ili kupata taarifa kwa kila video inayopanda Global TV Online.